Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Am I live? Hello. Yeah. Hopefully I'm live. Yeah. Having a little technical difficulties this evening. Anyways, welcome to Weekend Update. I'm your host, Eric Farmer. And yeah, having a little technical difficulty this week. And I'm not even sure if I'm live or if I'm on. But yeah, I've been sitting here messing with it for the last 10 minutes, trying to get this to work. I don't know. It says I'm streaming now, so we'll just sit here for a minute and see who shows up here and if we are good to go. But yeah, what is going on this week? Not a lot. It's just about Christmas here. Not much going on. It's just cold. And yeah, surviving through another cold ass winter. But yeah, apparently we are live. We'll see what happens. But yeah, for a minute there, it was looking like I wasn't going to be able to come on tonight, but I kept messing with it and tweaking with it, and finally, I think I got it to work, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Anybody shows up here, if we are actually doing a live stream, I'm not sure. But yeah, just finally got a full weekend in this week, 2 days off. I was considering going snowboarding today, but I got up this morning and the wind was blowing. It was down about 0 degrees. Hey, there's Ozzy in the house. Yeah, I guess we are live. Jason, welcome, welcome. So yeah, I didn't go snowboarding today because yeah, it was just too miserable out. Too cold, too windy. When we haven't had any snow in about a few weeks now, so we'll just say shine. Not gonna do it. But yeah, good. I made it, man. It was starting to think there that I wasn't going to be able to go on. It was starting to look like, yeah, StreamYard's wanted some money from me. I don't know. I haven't paid them in a while, so. But yeah, we are live, I imagine. But yeah, not a lot going on this week. It's real close to the holidays. People are just hibernating for the solstice coming up here in the next week. Darkest days of the year here. And imagine down under in Australia, it's the longest days of the year. Complete opposite of what we got going on here. Just cold, dark, not a lot happening. So yeah, I didn't do much of anything today. Brought in a little firewood. Just got bored. Got bored today. So I just started drinking early. Cheers. That's right. I'm drinking until I'm going to try to stop drinking again at the end of the year here. But for now, for the rest of the December, I just feel like drinking beer right now. So I'm doing it. I don't care. But yeah, hopefully when the new year starts, I'll jump back onto the wagon. And for one, I just can't afford it. It's just too expensive to be. And yeah, but yeah, what's going on this week? Just got it. It's just a slow week because it is the holidays. But yeah, there's stuff happening. The big stories like the war in Ukraine. The LGBTQ fiasco continues. What else? The economy down the toilet. The markets are down. Shit, I've given up. I've given up on ever. I used to be optimistic about the cryptocurrency market and all that. Now I've come to the conclusion that it's never gonna. I'm never gonna make any money in it, and it's just a pipe dream. I've figured out that it's a scam. And I've pretty much written off the money that I've invested into the cryptocurrency market, and I don't expect to ever get any of it back. Tell you the So I'm moving on, writing that money off, and if it ever does grow into something, then it'll be a nice surprise. But I'm definitely not counting on it. The way things are going now, they suckered a lot of us into it. It seemed like a good investment at the time, and I really tried hard for about a year and a half to thinking that investing into something like that would hopefully pay off, and I'd have a little nest egg, something that I could grow into it, help me retire one day. But no, I don't. Now I've totally given up on it. I really don't expect anything to happen. It's just But just chilling out this weekend. Maybe I'll go snowboarding tomorrow if it's not all windy and cold like it was today. I don't need to go out there and suffer. I have a hard enough time dealing with the cold all week, and then I finally get a 2-day weekend. I think I should just chill out, take it easy, relax, and get some rest. Going up to the mountain snowboarding it just takes a lot of energy, and when it's cold, but plus it's really busy this time of year. It's like it's not even really that fun these days to go snowboarding. It's kind of a big hassle, and it's just I almost wish I didn't even buy a pass to go snowboarding this year. It's just like there's so many people up there. It's just like everything else these days. They pack everybody into one little area. Davey Boy's in the house tonight. Nice to see you. I think, and they sell cajillions of passes now. It used to be back in the day where you could buy a season pass to one ski area, and like that was it. You would go to that one ski area. If you wanted to go to another ski area, you'd have to buy a pass. Now they got passes, one pass, and you can ski just about every ski area in Colorado. So it's just such a crowd up there, and it's like everything else nowadays with this, this Agenda 21 garbage, where they just want to pack so many people into one little area, right? So that everybody would get the feeling that the world is overcrowded, that there's too many people on the planet. And that's just by design. I think they've shut down so much of the planet. They're not allowing any more, new recreation opportunities to grow, so that more and more people have to be packed into less and less area, and so that they can sit there and tell us all how overpopulated the world is. But really, if you go driving out into the world, it's mostly just empty, and all the peoples are just packed into one little area. And that's by design, I think. And so that everybody will get the opinion that the world is overpopulated, and when it's really not, but they're forcing everybody into one smaller and smaller areas, and I don't know, just destroying our, I've heard that there are private ski areas around that we never hear about, but there are private ski areas for the wealthy that are just wonderful, and the rest of us aren't allowed to go there, so I don't know. It's just this whole idea that the world is overpopulated, but I think it's all manufactured. Anyways, yeah, it's just that time of year. There's not a lot to talk about here. I'll go ahead and I guess maybe I'm just not prepared to talk about things tonight. I'm kind of not on my game tonight at all. But what I will do is post a link here. Yeah, just kind of tired of it all, you might say. It's just the never-ending grind of life, man. It gets to you sometimes. Just you keep struggling and fighting to survive, and it just seems at a certain point, it just seems like, what's the fucking point of it all? I'm never going to get ahead in life. Davey says that I think they will quit maintaining country roads in small town. That's for a fact. I'm pretty sure that's happening already. And yeah. But yeah, it gets tiring sometimes with this grind that we all got to go through. I'm not the only one. You're just like, man, the harder you work, it just seems like you're running on a rat wheel. You just, you can never make any more money, and the price of living just keeps going up. And there just seems to be no fucking light at the end of the tunnel whatsoever. It just seems like a fucking hopeless situation, Just going to have to keep running on your shit fucking rat wheel until you drop dead. So the way it feels, man. There's just no fucking hope for, to ever get to relax in life at all. It just gets tiring sometimes, Not trying to complain or nothing. The smart city ain't so fucking smart, I don't think. Okay, we got some help here.
Hey.
Our friend from down under, Mr. Ozzy. Nice to see you. It's been a minute. How you been?
Yeah, pretty good. Just got another job now. I'm back at work.
Oh, good. Good for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Having a job is a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah, back on the rat wheel.
You got a source of income, but now you got to fucking go to work every day.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I think you guys were talking about it probably about a month ago. You were talking about how everyone's getting smart meters and all that. I'm actually a water meter reader. Just started.
Water meter reader. Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. But but it's something to do. It's a problem. It's a means to an end. You can't. I had a guy come up to me the other day, and he goes, "Oh, you're going to be out of a job soon because they're going to be putting all these. They're going to replacing the water meters with smart meters." And I agree with him, and I got his number because he reckons that he got injured by the what, and yeah. So
there's a lot of that going on these days.
Yeah,
a lot of talk about that, man. People just dropping all over the place.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's good. You got yourself a gig. It's like a part-time job.
Yeah, it's part-time. Like it's like 30 hours.
Well, that's what you wanted, right? So
yeah, so it's just a bit of it's a lot of walking because I haven't done a lot of exercise. When you've been sitting at home all the time, you're not used to getting up and moving and all that, and but
that's important. Man. You should always get up and move, no matter what.
Yeah, well, what in the last, I think I've been at it for about a month now. So but ever since I started, I've lost about 10 kilos. I don't know what that is in
Wow.
pounds or something, but yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah.
I've lost a bit of weight.
You look a little thinner.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Like there's good and bad. I'm earning money to read meters and keep fit, but I just don't like the idea of reading someone's meter, or going on their property, But
Uh-huh.
got to do what you got to do. But
Yeah.
yeah, we had a meet up the other day. A few of the guys at the pub again. So
Oh yeah.
PK organised it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Pie Man was there.
Hyman was there.
Wow. That
Um,
sounds like a good time.
yeah, Ken was supposed to show up, but yeah, it was, I think his dog was sick and he wasn't well, so uh, he didn't come. But yeah,
Oh, that's cool how you guys do that down there.
yeah. So it's
I
funny.
got no.
What's
Go
that?
ahead. No,
Oh,
never mind.
we got kicked out of the pub because PK
Again.
PK bought in some chips from home. Like potato chips. He bought a few bags of potato chips, and the manager got yelled at us, and then I bought some like hot chips, like fries or something,
Mm.
and then PK started pouring the chips on the fries. I said, "No, you're going to get us kicked out."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
And
it the
then
same bar?
what's that? Sorry.
Was it the same bar we went to last time?
Yeah, Young and Jackson, and then the manager, like I ended up having some words with the barman. I said, "You just stole my plate of chips, and I've just paid $17.50 for a pint of Guinness. Right? You want to lower the beer prices, or do you want us to eat food, bring our own food in here? What's you name your. And then he's
Mm.
like, "Oh, you can speak to the manager about it." I said, "Yeah, bring him here." And then he was right. All of a sudden, the manager was right next to me. I said, "Mate, what's the deal with the beer prices and the beer tax? And why can't we eat food in here?" He's like, "Oh, it's unfortunate, it's our policy." And he's repeating himself like a robot. I said, "Mate, you just told me that." I said, "I'm going to walk away. I can't be bothered listening to you." And then he must have buzzed the security, and then the security tapped me on the shoulder to leave, and then I just left.
Mm.
So I left with a friend of mine, and then we went. I think we went got something to eat, and then we rendezvoused with the other guys. They went to another pub because they were still finishing their drinks,
Mm.
and yeah, we went to another pub, and they were much better. They let us have our BYO food and whatever. They were nice. I
Mm.
bought a beer from them, and I think it was like 10.90, and I only had $10 on me, and they said, "Oh, no, don't worry about it. Cash is king.
Uh-huh.
As long as you pay in
10.90
cash."
for a pint of beer?
Not a pint.
One
It was like
for
it
a
was like
pitcher?
a schooner. Yeah, it's like a schooner or something. So schooners, I don't know, probably about a glass or something, a bit over a glass. I,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know what because we got varied sizes in Australia. We call them different sizes.
Got a
But
spider crawling around on my microphone. That's
uh,
interesting. A
I
little
found I
tiny
found it.
spider. Itsy bitsy
Oh,
spider.
oh yeah. You don't want the big spiders. I've seen a few big
That's
spiders. I'm like,
interesting. These spiders they're still getting around here in the dead of winter. That's amazing. I always
yeah,
wonder what these little small insects and shit how they survive through the cold fucking winter. They go in people's houses. Yeah,
yeah,
I won't kill it though, man. I'm very superstitious about killing spiders. Even though
yeah.
I get spiders crawling around in my house all the time. I don't kill them, and I get bit by them all the time. So,
Yeah, I used to have a spider problem, and then I think I don't know, I put what's that stuff, the deterrent stuff around the windows so they don't come in, but
hmm.
they end up coming in through the roof anyway, and
Oh yeah, you can't keep spiders out of your house, man. They find a way in.
yeah, they come in through the bathroom. I noticed they go into the wet areas. They love the wet areas.
Uh huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's weird
imagine
because
in Australia it's a little more concerning because there's more deadly spiders down there.
Oh yeah, you just like I've seen a couple of big ones the other day. I think it was like a white tail and big black one. I can't remember,
Hmm.
but they'd be the poisonous ones. And I wasn't even wearing gloves, and I just lifted up the cap on the meter, and there it was underneath. And you got to think they're just scuttled off anyway. They're more scared of you.
Oh yeah, oh, of course they are. You're fucking a million times their size,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah, we're giants.
But yeah, so yeah, that's cool, man. You got yourself some employment. It's
It's for the
great.
time being. It's casual. It's a casual job. It's not really anything permanent, but it's
Yeah,
something.
nothing serious.
And
Reading meters, yeah.
yeah, and it's unfortunate. Like I don't know, it's a good thing because you're isolated. Not like I don't like being isolated, but you're on your own most of the time, which is good. So you don't have to really interact with anyone unless it's a customer. But,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's pretty cruisy. But the thing is, the last 2 years have been a bit tough because you're trying to find a job, and then it's like, oh, you got to have this, you got to have these
Yeah.
licenses, or you got to have what to do the job, and or you got to wear
Yeah.
this, the muzzle, and it's like
Just so tired of it all myself, man. God.
Yeah.
Even though I got a decent job, I like the people I work for and all that, but even still, man, it's just I just wish we didn't have to live in a world like this, where you're forced to go out and do this kind of thing to survive. I think a world where we can just be like hunters gatherers or something. Would be far better.
I kind of had this fantasy of trying a new thing every day, like instead of having the same job every day, work someone else's job.
Yeah, it's so tiring. It really does. It's like God, I wake up in the morning. Oh,
it's like one day you could be a nurse, and the next day you could be a plumber, and the next day you could be a bus driver, and that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, as long as you don't have to be a cop.
Or a politician.
Yeah. Same thing, yeah.
Pretty much.
They just do the bidding of the politician. But yeah, it just seems so hopeless these days, like there's just no way out of it, and it's just so tiring.
Yeah, well, when I got kicked out of the pub the other day, there's like I think PK was like, nah, stay, and then everyone was telling me to stay. I said, no, it's their premises. I can't, I can't. It's their house.
You gotta leave.
I've got to leave, right? I've shaken their nest, so I can't. Yeah, like what I said was okay, but I think they didn't like the idea of what I was saying, and in the context or something. I don't know. And they just didn't like it that I was going against their policy, even though I wasn't the one that bought the chips,
Yeah, so petty, stupid.
I know, and I said, you're charging, I said to mate, you're charging $17.50 for a pint of Guinness, right? Because I thought I'll have a Guinness, right? Mm-hmm. And the Guinness was like the normal pint for a normal beer, right? Average beer was like, I don't know, 12 or $10, right? Pint of Guinness was $17.50. I should have asked for the price, but it's Christmas time. I thought, I treat myself, right? But I just think $17.50 is a bit steep for a beer. You could just about buy 2 6-packs for that.
$7-8.50.
No, it was 17.
Oh, $17.50. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot for a fucking pint of beer.
Yeah, so the beer here has probably gone up like 3 times as much, and then they gave me they didn't even fill it up all the way. I said, mate, you're going to fill it up? He goes, I've got to wait until the beer settles. It's what they do. I said, all right, whatever, because it's Guinness, it's different, right? and he puts a little bit more in, but only a teensy bit more. I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you, mate. I think they did it. I think he did it on purpose, just to, because they knew who PK was. I think
They don't
even
like
one
him.
of my mates. I think one of my mates was saying that he'd seen someone there and they looked like a ASIO agent or something like that. So we had probably had people watching us. So
ATO, wow.
like
Like the
Australia's
FBI?
version, they're like FBI, like Australia's
Yeah.
version of FBI. And I
Wow.
seen this woman in the corner and she was just having a wine, right? But she looked out of place. You know when people look out of place, and she looked like I don't know, older woman. I don't know, maybe 40s, mid 50s or something. And I was thinking, oh, I should go and talk to her, you know. I was thinking in my mind, you know, like, oh, I should chat her up, you know, just for laugh, you know. And then, mate, when we left, he goes, did you notice that woman in the corner? She was just staring at us. He's like, who goes to a bar by themselves and just stares at people? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, I do that all the time.
No, but yeah, like some people like people watching, but it's like, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't go to
It's
bars
just,
anymore, mostly because it's just so goddamn expensive.
yeah. Well, this one was like it's an exception. I thought, oh, I'll go out, you know, like I don't care how much beer is, I'll just go out, right? And I only had a few beers, and that's it, right? But I might have had it, you know, like I had a couple of pints, and once you had a couple of pints, and it was, you know, within an hour, you start to get a bit tipsy, you know. And then you get your Dutch courage, and you go up to everyone and start being nice to people. You start getting, you know, a bit loud, you know, and that's just me, you know. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people, you know, they got to, you got to realize that they can't just people that run these businesses. They can't just expect that people are going to pay these prices and then be knocked back because or thrown out because they won't accept their non-BYO policies or something.
You know, it's
But
interesting.
even after that, PK said, no, we're never going there again. So we're never going to meet up there again. We're going to meet up somewhere else. So
Yeah. You know, a lot of bars around here are just closed most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, they're only
Well,
open
that's what we
on the
noticed.
weekends. It's really weird in the world we live in now.
Yeah, that's what we noticed. There was like a lot of places that were open, but like all these laneway bars that Melbourne's known for, they're all shut, you know. And it was a Friday night. It was the place, you know, the whole city was pumping. It was, you know, it's Christmas time. Everyone was out, you know. We walked through Myers, which is like a department store. It's like it's like Macy's, right? And we just walked through there, and everyone was like, there was a lot of people there, but it didn't look like there was a lot of transactions happening. There was just people window shopping, you know? And just there was some light show and out in the streets and all that. So people were enjoying the street life. They weren't really, the bars weren't really that busy. There wasn't really many people going to the nightclubs. A lot of them were shuttered. So, you know, what do they expect? They want everyone on the metaverse.
Yeah, it's weird, man. The world really has gotten strange, and like nothing like what I grew up in. You know, it used to be, you know, you could go out any night of the week and go do whatever. You know, everything was open all the time. Now, most of the places are shut down. They're only open during the weekends and shit. The world has really gotten fucking weird, man. What can you say? So many ways. It's just. It's hard to imagine. You know, I can imagine if my parents were still alive and my grandparents, what they would fucking think about how what the world has become. You know, it's just They would. I'm glad that they're not around to see this shit. You know, this whole LGBTQ garbage is just so tired of it, man. It's just.
I was supposed to have a family reunion. I was supposed to go to a family reunion today, and I just said, no, I'm not going. I didn't even RSVP to my auntie. I just said that. And my mother, she goes, "Oh, you coming on what?" I said, "No, I'm going because you guys, you guys are fully in support of all this garbage that I'll just be I'll
Hmm.
just be shut out again. I'll just be shunned
Yeah,
with my beliefs. So there's no point.
yeah,
I'd
it's tough,
rather
man. These
and
people just believe everything they're told, man. I can't. It boggles my mind.
it's
You know,
stifling. It's
people are
stifling.
so stupid. Even people that
Yeah,
are intelligent people. They just, man, their brains are just shut the fuck down to reality, man. They believe whatever they're
yeah,
told. You know,
yeah.
I hear it every fucking day, and I just bite my tongue. Like, I want to, drop some truth on these people, but it's just they're just gonna look at me like I'm crazy, So what's the point? You know?
Yeah, and I've done that too with some
Just
people, and in the end, I'm like, no, that's not worth it. It's just
yeah,
too
it's been a
stupid.
long time, since I cared to try to wake people up or whatever. It's just a hopeless situation, and it's like
Well,
I hear I hear
it's
somebody.
funny you say that. It's funny you say that. I was working the other day in my town, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Oh, you won't have a job soon. You know, you'd be lucky to have a job soon." I said, "Yeah, I know. I agree with you." And then he starts talking about chemtrails and what is it? The LED lights on the street lights. The he goes, "Oh, when they're going to lock us down again, they're going to target us through the street lights because they've got LED lights that have got cameras in them, and you know."
Mhm. Yeah.
And he was half switched on, but he took two jabs and then he showed me his leg and he goes, "Oh, that's what happened when I got the jab. It's I got injured and all this stuff." And I got his number and I told him, "I have a look at my YouTube channel. I do a podcast and if you're interested, just become a subscriber. All you need to do is press the subscribe button. I'm on Odyssey, blah blah blah." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, cool." So it's good to get a few people out in town, in your
Hmm.
local town, But last night it took us like I was with my mate, and we drove into the city. He doesn't live too far from the city, but it took us like 2 hours to get home. The traffic was just
Mm.
insane. Even going in there, even finding a car park and going in there, it was like an hour. We were an hour late to our meetup.
Uh-huh.
And but yeah, it was just crazy. Like they're purposely doing roadworks this time of the year where it's busy, and slowing down the traffic, and you can
Mm.
see that they're not really doing much at all. They're doing all these bridge works and they're building a new tunnel in Melbourne, and you know there's no one working on the roads. So,
But they're just shut the fuck down.
yeah,
Yeah.
or they shut a lane and there's not. It's like I was saying to my mate, it kind of reminded me of that movie, Falling Down. And he's like, "Oh, what are you doing here? The road was fine last week. You're just making excuses to blow out your what's his name, your budgets or something, your
Uh-huh.
government budgets on the road." So this guy's like, "What the hell are you talking about, man?"
Yeah. Well, most of the people don't realize it. That even the people that work there, they don't understand what's really happening.
Yeah. Well,
So
Falling
who
Down
knows?
is a brilliant example of like that movie's a brilliant example of like
Oh
how
yeah,
people are pretty
it was
stupid,
ahead of its time for sure. It's
Yeah.
definitely like predictive programming for the fucking. But no, it was bad back then. It just kind of pointed out how ridiculous the fucking world is.
Yeah.
Like you go to the McDonald's. Sorry, sir, you can't order breakfast. It's after 10 o'clock, right? Give me some fucking breakfast now, motherfucker.
I think Hungry Jack's, which is like Burger King, we call it Hungry Jack's here, right? But
Uh
they
huh.
they used to do an all day breakfast and then they
Yeah.
stopped it.
And now it's weird. Now McDonald's does a 24-hour breakfast now. It's weird.
I didn't know. Oh, I don't
Just
know
started
about
doing it a
Australia.
couple years ago.
I don't know about Australia. I don't know about Australia with the
Yeah,
all day breakfast.
McDonald's is
Maybe
horrible.
maybe it's an American thing.
But yeah, during the lockdown, man, it was really fucked up, man, because all the business, all the other restaurants were shut down. So if you were
Yeah.
hungry, you had no choice but to go to one of these fucking, big fucking corporations. They're the only ones that were serving food. Even if a small store was open, they weren't allowed to sell food. It was just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you can't sell food because you can affect the population with your fucking burritos.
And yet McDonald's does it, and it's
the whole world was
totally
so
cool.
that's all that was available was fucking McDonald's and Burger King and those kind of places. And I would, even at the time, it occurred to me, how come these fuckers get to be open while the little mom and pop store over there is shut down? And they never.
It's because the little mum and pop store doesn't have a drive-through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Even if they did have a drive-through, they would still shut them down.
Yeah, I know.
But for some, it was so they were non-essential, whereas McDeath's was considered essential.
Well, I went to McDonald's.
You would go down and there would be a fucking line around the block at the fucking McDeath's because it was the only thing open.
Yeah, I went to McDeath's or McDonald's, whatever you want to call it, about when they locked us up, right? Uh-huh. And I wanted to just ask for a straw. They didn't give me a straw with my thick shake, right? And I said, "Where's my straw?" And they're like, "Oh, you're not wearing a mask, so we can't give you a straw." I said, "Mate, give me a fucking straw, you fucking idiot."
You're not wearing a mask, so we can't give you the straw. What the fuck?
I'm like, I think I sent an email. I think I sent an email to McDonald's corporate. I never got anything back from it. I sent a complaint over there and put a complaint on Google Maps, but nothing.
The ridiculous little childish rules they put into effect. Remember, you know, when the restaurants did start to open again. Okay, the restaurant's open again, but now you got to wear your muzzle when you walk in the door, right? And once you sit down at your table, you could take your fucking muzzle off. Right?
Yeah.
But if you got to get up and go to the bathroom, you had to put. It was just so ridiculous, Oh man, I had such a hard time with it. I got in so many fucking arguments with people. I almost got into fist fights with people because it just angered me so much. Like what the fuck is the matter with you people? All these people just didn't care, man. They were just going right along with it. It was like, man, this is like a really, really weird fucking movie I'm in, man. Like Falling Down almost, but even weirder. Right. And,
falling down.
The person resisting it, I was the only one, maybe me and my partner that I was working with at the time. We were the only ones resisting it, man. We went to this one grocery store and we had all the employees in the grocery store following us around because we wouldn't put a muzzle on. And everybody was just freaking the fuck out. Oh man, it was really like a really, really being in a weird fucking movie or in the Twilight Zone, Yeah. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was in an episode of the fucking Twilight Zone. What the fuck happened to the world? But there was the world was all conditioned for that. Gradually, since like 2001, right? Was when the conditioning started. They started patting them down in airports and shit. They're getting them prepared for that shit and just ratcheting it up gradually and ratcheting the shit up until 2020 hit, right? And then they fucking, they dropped the other fucking shoe, and really, really, put a serious test on society. As a lot of people would say it was a. Like we were talking about in the last week's live stream, it was like, everything that happens is a test for the next step in the agenda. So, then what happened in 2020 was a step, a test for this next step that's coming down, which is going to have to do with climate control and shit, right? It's
as you can see, as you can see here. This blue sky, mate. Look at that.
Mm.
It was raining last week. It was pissing down rain last week. Now it's just blue sky, perfect day. It's a Sunday. Everyone's out. They
Uh-huh.
finally
Yeah,
took my tree down.
looks
Council
pretty
chopped
nice.
the tree down.
Gorgeous
So,
summer day.
yeah.
We're in the dead of winter here.
So this is what the
No.
birds in Melbourne looks like, man.
Well, looks very similar to the United States. Except for your cars are on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We pretty
I
much got
noticed
the
that.
same cars as you guys anyway. So it's just yeah. They just do badge swaps.
No, it's a little bit different than the United States, but not much.
Yeah,
It could
I'm
be.
just trying to get the camera back.
No, but I forgot what I was just talking about. But yeah, it was. Oh, the climate thing. Yeah, that's big news these days. A lot of talk about that, right? That's going to be the next shoe to drop, right?
I think it's climate lockdowns would be the
that's what I was saying. Getting at
yeah.
the next step of the it's pretty obvious that's where it's headed, right? Everybody's talking about it, that's where the but still the medical tyranny ain't over by a long shot. I'm hearing that's coming back in a big way.
They've just put it on the back burner. There's
a lot of talk about that coming back real soon.
I think it's most likely will start with you guys in Europe because you're in the north, and then I don't know. I think after maybe next year they'll do something. I don't know, but whether or not people comply, who knows?
Yeah, that's a big talk. The climate lockdown's coming, and the medical tyranny is going to come back. They're going to re-mandate the muzzle. They're going to start shutting down businesses again. All this stuff that people are talking about. I hope it's not going to happen. Really. That and there's a lot of talk about the fucking economy. A big fucking a big bubble burst coming in 23. That's always talk, right? That people are always talking about that. There's going to be another economy crash coming. Yeah, of course there is.
Jorgen Becker, he goes, no shoes, no mask, no straw. I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
G'day to everyone in the chat. You got Davey Boy, got Rotman, Ken Rotman. I was on Ken's show last night. Thanks for having me.
So, Jorgen Becker, are you a soccer fan? Because the big game's tomorrow, right? The World Cup final.
World Cup, big dance. So
the big final's coming tomorrow, I guess. The French versus the what is it? Argentina, yeah. Obviously, in America, we're rooting for Argentina because in America we hate the fucking French. Just kidding. No, we love the French.
I'm just reading Ken's comments. Thanks, Ken. It's a shame he couldn't come out, but we'll have to arrange something another time. So hope Bruno gets well soon. So his dog was sick. So he just he's saying that the bouncers at the Young and Jacksons were shit last time he went as well. So they're just shitheads, they're just they're doing their job. They're following policy. They're order followers. What do you expect?
Yeah. I just hope they don't come. But there's just a lot. It's already happening. Masks are coming back in places already. So I think in California, a lot of places are mandating masks again. So it's already fucking coming back, man. I just pray that it doesn't happen here again, man, because man, I have such a hard fucking time with it, man. I might end up getting in trouble this time. Getting killed or thrown in prison because I don't want to wear a muzzle.
I seen a few wearing them in the city the other day, and I'm thinking, heck, it's like, almost the middle of summer in Melbourne. Not that it
Yeah.
really. It doesn't feel like it. It's actually, I'm in shorts today, but it's pretty mild. It's not too hot today. It's like, I'd say, I don't know, maybe it's 25 degrees in Fahrenheit, maybe not even 60 or 70, maybe
But yeah,
65 or 70. So
but yeah.
it's very mild. It's not hot. It's like
Well,
usually
the COVID don't care about the temperature, man.
yeah.
But no, you hear what's going on in Australia, or not Australia, but China. Yeah, I guess they're talking about, yeah, there's a new, the numbers are going through the roof in China right now, as far as, the spreading of the variants, we might say. It's good. Yeah, they're saying that like the rate is doubling every day. So yeah, they're really pushing it. Since all these people in China, they're trying to get rid of the zero COVID policy down there. It's just
They had like,
it's
I think
insane.
they've had like, I don't know, like, what is it, 30,000 riots a day or something in China, and
Yeah,
the police they're struggling to
system is
quell.
freaking out, and so they're coming out with a bunch of tests now. I guess, I don't know. I guess in China you got to test like every 3 days, every fucking single person. It's insane.
That's
so yeah,
fucked.
and I think they can control the outcome of the tests however they want.
Yeah, I think
No doubt in my mind,
I think according to your political beliefs, I think they probably say yes or no whether you can go back to work or go do what you normally do. It's not a virus. It's a political.
No doubt in my mind.
They've turned the medical system into politics. Like
a police state, medical tyranny, we call it.
Yeah. So, but everyone's still blind to see what's. Yeah, it doesn't affect them yet because they didn't lose their jobs. They didn't. Their bank accounts weren't affected. Like, I went to get some money out the other day, and my it said, "Oh, your bank account restricted access," and then I had to go on my phone and look at the app, and I got a message on my app saying, "Was this you trying to access your bank account?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Who else would it be?" I know, like, they don't want anyone to get your card and hack into your account, but they don't know my PIN.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm just like,
it's their mandate to do that.
This hasn't happened. Like, this has happened to me.
They just let that happen, then no one will have confidence in their bank, right?
Yeah, but
still, it's all bullshit.
This isn't the first time it's happened, right? It's happened to me several times, and I've rung up the bank and said, "Why are you putting restrictions on the amount of cash that I get out of my account? I'm allowed to get cash. I can clean out my account if I want, But every day they've put a daily limit. I'm only allowed to get $1,000 out a day, and if I get any more out just say if I get $7,000 out in a week, right? Because 7 days in a week, right? If I was to go every day to the bank in 1 week and get $7,000
out every day, yeah.
They might, they can flag, and I even rang them up and said, "Why are you flagging me and saying, oh, you can't get any more out?" Because they like, "Oh, we think someone's trying to steal your card and get your money out." I said, "No one's stolen my card."
Or you're doing it for some nefarious reason. Yeah. They don't like us having cash, man. They don't want us having. And if you get caught here in America with a large amount of cash, there's a goddamn good chance they're going to confiscate it from you.
And or raid your home. Your home.
They call it, civil asset forfeiture, and they take large sums of money from people and say, "Yeah, you're not allowed to have this." Basically, we don't know how you got this money. I have all this proof to show where I got this money, but they don't care. This could be
Yeah.
drug money. This could come from nefarious reasons. Therefore,
Yeah,
we're
but they're
taking
gonna call it that you're a drug runner or running guns
yeah
or something like
that
that,
it's
right?
all illegal money because you can't prove otherwise. Even if you
Yeah.
can, they will still claim that it's that you're lying or whatever, or that
Yeah.
and they do it all the
And
time.
they do.
And you got to really, I've heard of people getting their money back, but it's really, really difficult. Most of them never do.
Yeah, they'll even say, "Oh, you're laundering money for drugs or nefarious reasons," and you're like, "No, I just want to keep my money safe. I just want to,
Yeah,
And then
if you look online on YouTube, there's all kinds of videos about people having that happen to them. They're driving across the country with a bunch of money, and the cops just fucking take it. They get pulled over, and say, "Oh, the guy with this one video I saw. This guy even told him, yeah, I got some money in there." He wasn't trying to hide from him.
Did you hear about that? There was an incident that happened in Queensland. It was a shooting. As recently as 3 teachers shot. I think it was like 3 police officers or something, and they were touted as gun-toting conspiracy theorists, right-wing extremists, or something like that, because they wouldn't take the jab, and but they had a shootout with police because police went and investigated their property, and then they shot these so-called teachers armed with guns, shot at them or something. Wow. But they just want to perpetrate this agenda that people that didn't take the jab are right-wing extremists.
Yeah, they're actually here. And I've heard them actually, calling people mentally ill.
Yeah,
so much crazy shit going on these days, man. Besides all that, yeah, and then we got this LGBTQ thing that's going insane these days. That where they're passing laws to protect transgender children, right? Transgender fucking children. And if you try to tell a kid that that becoming a transgender is probably not a good thing, you get in trouble for that.
You can. Yeah, really big trouble.
Tell them that the truth. You become transgender, you're never going to have children. You're just a kid now. What you're basically doing when you become a transgender is becoming a eunuch. You're totally fucking sterile. That's it.
Yeah.
Once you transgenderize yourself, you're never going to fucking reproduce.
Well, they had this. I think it's called Odin's Man or something. There's a guy that I think that's his channel, Odin, OIDNS Man, and MAN, and he it's like this old guy in America, and he's got like a short beard and he's graying in his hair, but he's funny, right? He just commentates on these woke people that are doing all these TikToks, right? And this person that got the transgender surgery, I think it was a she, but she wants to get a penis, so she had to get a skin graft from her arm and get something.
Try to turn their lady parts into man parts. It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, and then the doctor or surgeon has to get stuff out from the mouth to create the penis, but the guy that's commentating on it, he goes, but how are they going to orgasm? They can't orgasm. They can't, they've lost all their vital organs that they had for reproduction if they were a female or male. It doesn't make sense. Why do they?
Clitoris, I guess, is what it's called.
Yeah, and then the other thing too is like when they get their new parts, they don't work properly.
No,
because the surgeons that are doing it, they say to them, oh, we're not guaranteeing any that this is going to work because we haven't really done that many of them, that many surgeries.
Yeah, but yeah, they're just really pushing it down our throats here. No pun intended.
Oh yeah, no,
this transgender garbage, man. It's just insane. You know? And they're passing laws where If you say anything bad about it, it's a hate crime. If you don't, if you don't show these people all the love and respect in the world, if you just question their lifestyle, it's become a fucking hate crime.
Yeah.
And they say, well, this kind of rhetoric, this anti-LGBTQ rhetoric, leads to violence. That's where it's going nowadays. Where there's so much talk about speech, free speech leading to violence. We can't have it. It's just so insane, man. It's like we talk about it all the time here. This censorship agenda, right? And how they they equate free speech with violence, and your words are leading to things like the Q Club shooting in Colorado Springs that just happened, right? And that's the latest one that they're using. Of course, of course they're using the Club Q shooting. That's why it happened.
Yeah.
Push agendas, and it's this time the agenda isn't really about the guns. This time the agenda is more about hate towards the LGBTQ. That's way more. You hear them talk about that way more than the guns, right? Usually when there's a shooting like that, they talk about the guns, right? This time they're talking about the hate crime, so they can always see the agenda behind these things.
Yeah. Well, another reason today I didn't want to go is that my cousin, he's transitioning as well. He's
got a cousin that's transitioning, really.
He wants to be a woman, but he can't afford it because he's never saved any money or anything like that. So,
fuck is wrong with these people?
And then my auntie, she supports what he's doing, and it's like, well, I think she kind of she's been pushed. Maybe she realizes they've changed all these laws, and if she does say anything against him, even my uncle, that they might go to jail, or they might go to jail, or they might get a fine, or
social credit score go down the toilet.
Yeah, so they can't. They don't want to say anything. So
this is the world we're in now, man. It's so crazy. It's
and even my own mother, like when I spoke to her on the phone, she goes, "Oh, if you come in, then don't talk about all your conspiracy theories." I said,
"Your mother's,"
and then she goes, "Oh, there's an auntie and uncle of mine that are into that kind of stuff like me. They didn't get the jab either, but my uncle's a bit of a dick. He kind of, like, I told him, I said, you guys, you only know half with what's going on. You don't know." And he still wore the mask. He still thinks there's a virus, but he didn't get the jab. So he's like a halfway, right? And I called him out on it, and I said, "Look, you're a goose, mate, And I said, "I don't want to go there, because my mum was going to say to him, she said to me, 'Oh, I'm going to be censoring them at the, at the lunch or dinner table today, and then I'll, if you say anything, I'll be censoring you too, And it's like, well, I don't want to be going somewhere where my speech is going to be censored. No, thank you.
I'd rather not attend.
Rather not, and I didn't even RSVP to my aunt that was running it. I'm like, nah. And my uncle that is partnered with my auntie that invited me, he's now got some sort of, some sort of autoimmune disease, and it's just come about now. But my mum keeps saying to me, "Oh, he just got it, but it's got nothing to do with the vaccine." Or, sorry if I said the word.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Of course, nothing has anything to do with that. We know that. Nothing has.
Yeah.
It's all climate change.
Yeah. And I said, it's got everything to do with that. This guy is like he's into this Restored Church of God or something. I don't know if you've heard of the church called Restored Church of God. But apparently it's just another religious cult. It's just I don't know what it is. And he was involved in a cult in the early '90s, but he's just a liar, you know. And I can't say this to my family, but it's like, you know, they're just so
Wow, it's
stupid.
really weird, huh? God, how fucking stupid people are. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, like I'm all for like religion or having some sort of belief system, but it's like I want to question the belief systems. That's what I want to do. You know, the question that
I'm
who
not
who
so
is our
sure, man.
creator.
I'm not so sure a belief system is any fucking good at all.
Yeah,
You know,
no, having
a belief is, you know, not questioning things. It's, you know, it's because somebody told you you got to believe it or you're a bad person. That's fucked up, man, in my book. I don't care what
yeah,
it
and
is.
and what they're trying to like I think he was even trying to convert me a couple of years ago, and even my family. And we're at the lunch and dinner table again and at his place, and he's like, "Oh, I think we should all be turning to God, don't you think?" And it's like,
What is
I
God,
think we will.
motherfucker?
Yeah. And I'm like, and I just looked, I went silent. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then my old man, this is before all the con job stuff happened, you know, pre 2020, right? This is like 2019. And my dad goes up to him and says, "What the hell are you talking about? You know, all religions in the world are the cause for all the wars in the world. So what are you talking about?" He just walked off.
Yeah. They're all based
And then
on blind
and,
belief.
then even
It's called
even I
faith.
just walked off. Yeah, and even I just walked off. I'm like, I don't
Oh,
get what you
yeah,
say. Like,
faith.
I don't. I'm starting to read the Bible cover to cover, but I'm trying to figure out the esoteric knowledge that's behind it all, and why
Uh-huh.
they wrote it, and even the other books of the Bible. What about the Lost Book of Thomas? No one talks about that, and that talks about Jesus if he was around. You know, if he was here, Jesus. You know, he could be a fictional character for all we know. We don't know.
Mhm.
I'm just
Yeah.
putting it out there. You
Question
know.
that is, you're going to go to hell if you question Jesus, buddy.
Yeah. So you got to be really careful, you know, and yeah, but I'm just trying to
Nobody
look
questions
at
Jesus here, okay, buddy?
it. Yeah, I know.
Had to throw a log on the fire, man, before it burns out. Well, yeah, you know, isn't this holiday that we're celebrating is all about the day Jesus got hung on the cross?
No, that was Easter, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, but
I
Easter
thought
is
Christmas was when he died on the cross,
no,
and Easter
no,
was
that's
his
Easter.
birthday.
No, that was the. But who knows? It's probably is the topsy turvy, left and right, upside down. We don't know. But
Jesus died on the cross. I've heard it's
but
explained in some interesting ways.
but in Christianity, the 25th of December is supposed to be Jesus's day of birth, his birthday. But
You know what I call it?
in
It's the yeah. You know what it is? It's the fucking sun worship is what it is.
yeah, it is. It's the sun, or was it the
Jesus represents the
solstice?
sun. Jesus
Yeah,
represents the sun.
yeah,
He
that's
died on
what
the
it is.
cross and he was
Yeah,
reborn.
and we've got there's a cross in the sky called the Southern Cross, right? If you look at the
Yeah, the
constellation,
cross. The cross represents the four seasons.
yeah, yeah, but that's what it
That's the
is.
way I heard it told.
Yeah, but I don't know if you've listened to Mark Passio, but that's how he interprets
Yeah, that's maybe
the
where I heard
religion.
it.
Yeah, he interprets the religions as like sun
Sun worship.
worship
Yeah,
and
Jesus represents the sun.
and
Son, the son. That's why they call it the Son of God.
yeah, and Islam, right? Islam is the moon, right? So that's why the Islamists here they congregate on a Friday, right? Which Friday is Freya. So Freya is the moon goddess. They worship on the corner. Kenny,
Hey, there you going?
hey, how are
Yeah, good. How are you,
Sorry
Eric?
about that. I didn't see you back there, Ken. Yeah, obviously.
Ah, that wasn't too
I
long.
don't know. It's just the way I got my screen set up. I don't know. But, yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, the Reformed Church of God. They were like a split from the Church of God, and they went back to Ghana. Ted Armstrong, I think it was. Yeah. Remember Ghana, Ted Armstrong?
There was
Ghana,
another
Ted
guy
Armstrong.
involved.
Yeah.
Neil Armstrong.
They went back to
The
his
Church
teaching.
of God. It's
They
like,
are a bit of a cult, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
in the movie Idiocracy, right?
Oh,
What is it called? The hospital, Memorial Hospital of God or something? Oh, St. God. Yeah. St. God's Memorial Hospital.
I'll have to watch it again. It's been a few years since I've seen Idiocracy, but I loved it.
That movie is it's like my new fucking Bible, the movie Idiocracy. That's my religion.
Yeah.
the Idiocracy movie is your religion.
Yeah. It
I'll
makes more
take that.
sense than
I'll
the
drink
fucking
to that.
Christianity.
I'll drink
I
to
base my religion on the movie Idiocracy.
that. The Church of
Now-
Idiocracy.
The only thing they weren't doing in that film was wearing muzzles, though.
Or taking.
So yeah, I think they were actually smarter than the most of the human race today. Yeah, it was definitely a predictive programming movie, right?
Well, the
They
guy
knew
who
it was
made
coming.
it, the guy who
That movie
made
came out
it,
in 2005. Right? It was based in the year 2005, and he traveled 500 years into the future to 2505.
2505.
Yeah.
That's the year when the movies. Interesting.
the guy who wrote the story, who made the film, he
Yeah,
said
it
the
was
only
good.
thing missing in the film is I didn't have cell phones in it. You know,
I think it was the same guy. I think it was the same guy that did Beavis and Butthead and fucking
Mike
Yeah,
Judge.
and King of
Judge.
the Hill.
Mike Judge.
Judge.
Yeah,
Wilder.
Mike Judge.
Mike Judge.
Mental Films.
Yeah, and King of the Hill. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So yeah, it's definitely predictive programming, man. No doubt about it. They made that movie as a predictive programming, you know, just like all those cartoons they made. So much predictive programming.
Yeah, Mike
Go back
Judge,
and-
he knew what was going on. He could see society getting
Uh-huh.
stupid.
No, he was not only did he know what was going on, he's part of it. You know,
Yeah.
no doubt in my mind, he's part of the
Well,
elite.
he'd be one of the richest.
He's just like a front man for the Hollywood cabal.
Mm.
You know, they don't really come up with these things on their own. It's all part of the Hollywood cabal, Caballywood they call it. They put out predictive programming and brainwashing for the masses, right?
Mm.
You know, I think they put out a little bit too much information in that movie, and that's why it wasn't a very big hit at the time.
Ah,
No.
It never
They
really
didn't
did
do
well at
movie
the box
posters.
office. You know, it's become a cult classic, you might say.
wonder where you find it. Which platform would it be on?
I don't know. I
Don't
own
think
a
it's on
copy of it. I think I bought a copy of it off of fucking iTunes back in the day.
Another
thought I
one. Another good one too is this one, Office Space.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
That's Mike Judge as well.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, really good predictive programming for sure. Not only
Yeah.
predictive
I
programming, but just
I heard that show was okay, actually, but
a
I never watched
statement of the
Oh, you got to watch
hopelessness-
it.
You know, it's a statement on the hopelessness of modern life.
I'm working.
Yeah,
it.
it's just a hopeless situation, man. Fuck it. Yeah, sometimes I feel like that guy, man. Just
Ricky Gervais's take on
one day I'm
The
not
Office.
going to
That
work.
was great. Ricky Gervais is The Office, you know. The English one was great. But the American one's good too. Like, that's the only show I've seen redone by the Americans that was good, is The Office. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was well done.
The
like
Office is really good,
Steve
yeah.
Carell. What's his name? Steve
One of the best
Carell.
movies I've ever seen. The way he's just like his boss would call him, yeah, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in on Saturday.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna get you coming Saturday.
Like, whatever, dude.
Lumberg,
I ain't
Doctor.
coming in on Saturday. I ain't coming in today. I ain't fucking coming in.
And then he takes a sabbatical and then he gets promoted. He takes the sabbatical and he gets promoted. That Peter Gibbons.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it. Yeah,
Hmm.
I have to watch it again. Yeah, as I remember.
And then
You know,
his best
I was
friend.
smoking
his
a lot
best
of weed
friends-
and drinking a lot back in them days, so I don't remember every part of the
Yeah,
movie. But
and his
I remember I
his
laughed
best
my
friends.
ass off.
His best friends in the movie get fired.
But that one guy that worked in the basement with the big glasses, he was.
Yeah, he got the ass as well. But his best friends get fired because they're the ones that are doing all the work. It was funny, right? He didn't do any work. He got a promotion, and his other mates didn't. They worked their ass off, and they got the ass.
It's funny, man. Yeah, the people. Yeah, it seems like the people that just are the real fucking leeches on society get ahead. The people that are doing all the work. The real slaves, they get fucking shit on, fucking fired.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically, there's a thing out nowadays. They call it quiet quitting. You heard this one?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Where people just do as little as possible they can to get away with that work.
I try to do the same thing, but because I'm because I'm trying to impress. Because I'm trying to impress so that they can keep me on just for a little bit longer, I kind of have to do a little bit of work. But I try not. If they asked me to do an extra round of work like last week, they wanted me to do an extra. My boss wanted me to do an extra round of work. I said, I don't think I can do that. I'm busy this weekend.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, we'll just do it.
Watch the World Cup. I gotta watch the World Cup, mate.
Yeah, I gotta watch the World Cup. Yeah. Then he'll probably have more sympathy for me if I said it.
Yeah,
because everyone's into it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. These people I work with talk about the World Cup. And it's like, I really don't give a shit. But I pretend like I'm half-ass interested in it. Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
France is playing Argentina. Wow.
Yeah.
I give a fucking rat's ass. It'll come down to a penalty shot, anyways. Yeah. But no, I watched a lot of hockey. That's my guilty pleasure.
Well, that's sort of, part of your area. That sort of sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same as Canada.
I've been into hockey for a long time, but that's what even though there's a lot of things about it I don't fucking agree with, but.
Oh no, the Office is different than Office Space, Gordon.
Yeah.
This World Cup thing, I don't get the sport of soccer, man. We call it soccer here in America. Most of the world calls it football. For some reason, here in America, we call it soccer. I don't get it. But maybe because we have football. We already have a football. Look, you guys have Australian rules football.
Yeah.
We have the NFL and all that. Right?
Then we got soccer and what's the other one?
American football. But we
got rugby as well.
It evolved from rugby. I think our form of football was derived from the game of rugby.
Well, I understand them games, but one game I don't understand is gridiron. That game seems mental.
Gridiron?
Gridiron is American football.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. It's like
you don't understand that game? Yeah, that's all Americans understand because that's all we grew up with.
Yeah,
American football.
I understand baseball, but gridiron, what? You have to wrestle people in a certain position, like a bunch of guys or something.
A lot of up on the side of the ball,
a lot of hugging and wrestling and shit.
Slam into each other at full speed. And protect your quarterback at all costs.
Footy is like Australian rules.
I used to be a big football fan when I was a kid, but not. For
But
most of my life, I was a big football, but in the last
Australian rules,
15 years or so, I've kind of lost my love affair with the NFL and all that.
Australian rules footy, right? A lot of Americans love it because it's full biffo, or it used to be more full biffo, right? But they were shocked that we didn't wear protective equipment because of all the knocks. And
Yeah, I remember
wow,
that.
you guys don't even wear pads or helmets.
Yeah, way tough.
Who needs those fucking things?
You should have seen the injuries that used to happen in the old days. Wow,
Oh
it
yeah,
used to be a ruthless, vicious sport. You know, every
Yeah,
Sunday,
I mean, a lot of our
Sunday you
sports
see
are like that.
some footballer's face covered in blood, or
Uh-huh.
yeah, it was a gladiator.
You know,
Yeah,
a lot of these
a bit
sports we have
soft.
horrific injuries, especially football.
yeah.
Guys get fucking there.
But they seem to have got a bit softer now. You know, mollycoddled.
Just insane what these fucking people put their bodies through to make a fucking buck. A lot of them just do it, you know, just for fun. Play football and fucking fuck themselves up.
What about wrestling? That's pretty popular here.
Yeah, not here. No, we don't use.
Yeah.
Not very popular.
What about
I don't
Eric?
know. Maybe-
I've
I
asked,
don't know. I really don't know what's popular in America. I live under a fucking rock myself.
Yeah.
So-
you know where you are, Eric, right? Is there like local gridiron or footy teams that you could join, like local league?
Where I live?
Yeah.
No, not up here in the mountains. No. There are
'cause-
down in Denver, I think.
Oh, okay. I just thought I wasn't sure whether you guys had a local league for sport. I thought it was all national.
I'm sure they do. Down
Yeah.
in Denver and shit, but not up here. There might be a team. There used to be a hockey team in Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
There was a
Mm.
yeah. There are some sport teams that you can join. You know,
There's a Trailer Park Boys episode where they play against a famous hockey player. I think it was in the Netherlands, or it could have been. Which country was it? Yeah, I think it was the Netherlands. Yeah,
yeah.
and
I remember that one.
they play hockey in the street with him, and he sort of lets them win. I think.
I can't remember. I don't think I've seen that episode. No, must be a more recent
Out of
one.
the Park European tour. Yeah, it's 8 episodes, and they go to different countries in that one, and then there's Out of the Park USA tour. They did 2 of them.
Oh, really? Oh,
They're really good.
Yeah, I haven't watched-
parters.
I haven't watched the Trailer Park Boys in a while.
No,
Like 5 years or more.
they're meant to have a new season out. Yeah, sometime. Season
I was-
13.
I don't think it's as good as it used to be. Nothing
Nah.
is, right?
Not about Mr. Lay. Mr. Lay, once he left, it was.
Once old Mr. Leahy kicked the bucket, it was all
Yeah,
over.
it was like, they kept it going as much as they can, I guess.
Yeah.
Their podcasts are pretty popular.
You know
People-
what's really weird is that guy was like, I don't know what killed him. You know?
no one, no, it's always been this. You know, they never actually said.
Because I understand in real life he was a sober guy. He never drank or nothing.
Yeah, he didn't drink, or might have had some weed, and that's about it.
Or do
He
drugs or
probably,
anything.
he probably got whacked. I reckon he got whacked, Mr. Leahy. There's
yeah.
probably a Facebook page or a Facebook group saying that Mr. Leahy got whacked or something.
He probably, I think,
We're
he
wondering
died of
how
a
he
heart
died,
attack or
I
something like that. But yeah, a lot of people that died of a heart attack were really whacked. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, there's.
Maybe he knew too
And
much.
brain aneurysms. Yeah.
But speaking of dying of heart attacks, I heard that there was more athletes dropping dead all over the
Yeah.
place. And
Dropping
just
lots of
normal
lives.
people.
From
But it's all
unknown
because of,
causes.
it's all
Unknown
because
causes.
of unknown causes. People are having heart attacks now.
Yeah.
Climate change.
Go figure, hey?
It's normal for 10-year-old kids to drop dead of a heart attack now.
Yeah.
Hey, Gordon, thanks for coming on the show last night. It was good. And Ozzy. And
Yeah.
who else? Lee. Lee was there.
Lee was on there as well. I dropped off later on because I think I had to make a phone call. My phone went all funny, so
Oh, right. Yeah. Or something like
phone was running out of charge, and then I had to make a phone call, so I had to get
Yeah.
off.
That's cool.
But
Yeah, I was
that other show, Tic Tac to Heelfoot, that's a good show. The Australian skateboarding documentary, that was fun.
Oh, yeah. Tic Tac. Yeah. I remember you
Tic Tac to
saying.
Heelfoot. Yeah, they've got it on YouTube, but they changed all the music around. They used to have 28 Days Rip It Up at the start of the show. I've got it on VHS, but it's got the original stuff on it. So
Davey Boy brings up a good one here. The trade for the Russian he/she basketball player, totally fake. Yeah, yeah. I was meaning to talk about that. Thanks for bringing that up, Davey Boy.
Yeah. Oh, what a mess.
They
That
were
poor
under
guy.
what is it?
That woman from the Russian jail, that the basketball player who got caught with some hash oil. So she got
Vaguely.
sentenced
I
to
vaguely heard
9
that.
years in
Yeah,
prison
yeah.
in Russia.
And she's the
got
one who
released.
wouldn't salute the flag or
And
something.
she's married. She's married. Guess who she's married to? A woman.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course, a woman.
Mm.
There wouldn't be any other way, right? In this story,
If
She
she
has
was
to be a
just a
lesbian
normal
married to
woman,
a
they
woman.
probably wouldn't have bothered getting her back, But because she's a lesbian woman, they got her
I
back.
seen her one time on a
And she
video.
hates it. She hates America. She said she hates the flag and the all the.
Uh-huh.
She refused to
Yeah, really strange story.
do the
huh?
national anthem. She walked out on the national anthem.
You know how I know it's bullshit? Because they talked about it for the whole time on the national propaganda radio.
Yeah.
For the last 10 months, they've been talking about this fucking woman. Right?
I know. I've heard it
This
everywhere.
lesbian or whatever it is. And then she and then it's right now she gets released. Like last week, she got released from prison.
Meanwhile, our
Yeah.
war heroes over
The
there
timing.
sitting in a cell. They could have got him out. A highly decorated officers over there in jail, but no, they said, which one will we go for? The one who serves the country or the one who hates the country? Oh, we'll get the one who hates the country. That's exactly what happened. It's mental.
Talk about just another bullshit psyop story. You know what? I bet you the bitch was never even in a Russian jail.
Who knows these days?
I
God,
guarantee you, it was all made up bullshit.
Maybe
Yeah,
she
never
didn't
in
even
a
play.
fucking-
Maybe she shouldn't even play basketball. Maybe she doesn't even know what
You know,
a key is
they
or
make up,
what
they
double
pull so
dribble
much
is.
shit out of their ass.
Does she know what double dribbling is? Does she know what double dribbling is? Cross court. 3 seconds in the key.
Nobody knows.
Pretty
Nobody
cool.
knows if she played. You know why?
Shot
Because
clock.
there's nobody in the world follows the WNBA.
No, exactly. It's like here too. He has got
They can
Women's
say whatever
AFL.
they want. They can say whatever they want, and people will believe it because they don't know for sure. Because no one's ever
Eric.
watched the
Here they
WNBA.
gave the Victorian women's netball team. They gave them like $1.5 million or something. No other team gets that, but and no one watches netball, and it's like it's all just because he runs the company, I think.
I know it's true because I've asked about 6 or 8 different people already if they watched the WNBA, and not one of them said yes.
Yeah.
There you go. That's 100%.
Boring.
The people that I've interviewed, not one of them follows the WNBA.
Yeah. They should have
That's
nude
my favorite.
WNBA, then people would watch.
New WNBA. Yeah, I'd be up for that.
Yeah, nude
Well,
basketball.
they had Foxy
Watching the
Gridiron.
group dance up and down.
They had
I'm serious.
Foxy Gridiron some years ago, so that was all right.
They had what? I'm sorry.
What's that?
Got to get more.
They had they had what?
They had
He
Foxy
wants to
Gridiron
watch
years ago.
nude wrestling.
I think the WNBA is 100% a lesbian league. I think they're all lesbians.
Oh, it's like that in all the sports.
That's
you know.
hate speech. I don't know though. I think it's a requirement.
Oh yeah, with all the G-strings they wear.
You know, there might be some. I think there are some actually men playing in there too. There some transgender men.
Yeah, of course. They're
You're not
all
allowed to
gay.
call them in though.
Of course they are. Yeah.
I think if you
They're looking
transgender.
for suckers.
Oh, your sister. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name.
Debbie.
Deb.
I'm sorry, Debbie. Yeah, Debbie. How you doing?
Okay.
So you agree that there's transgender men that are playing in the WNBA?
Oh, mate, if they're gonna bounce on their ass, right, and look like they're doing it.
It's a big, but you know, you can't. If a person relates as a woman, they're a woman. You know, I just heard that they changed in the fucking dictionary now the term of a woman. You know, it says, well, traditionally it's the female of the human species that gives birth to the children. But also a person who identifies as that and who may have been born a male. You know, they actually changed the dictionaries now to say that.
Our brother did it.
Watch, look it up on the computer, man. It'll say it.
I saw it yesterday somewhere.
I don't have to. My brother did it.
Your
No.
brother, Tranny?
Yeah.
My brother was a tranny. He passed away this year.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
How old was he or she?
Our broista, right? He
Broista.
was broista. Right? He started off as me
A
brother.
brother and became a sister. I got you.
Yeah, broista.
How
old was he?
He was 54, 55.
Wow, that's not very old.
And when did he start? It was like
What was his cause of death? If you don't mind me asking.
well,
Bowel cancer
and
and liver.
no,
Kidney and liver,
it was prostate and
Oh, that's
prostate
right.
cancer?
prostate.
and bone cancer or something. There was two cancers,
Yeah, that's right.
and I think I know why he got it, but
Yeah,
the hormone things,
the hormone tablets that made him get the boobs.
that's when he got
Wow.
the cancer.
I didn't know
Not
you
long
guys had a tranny brother.
Yeah,
or
Annie,
sister. Broista.
Annie, yeah,
His
used to be
name,
Andrew.
his name was Andrew, and then he changed it to Annie.
Wow, that's what. And how old was he when he did that, or she?
He was 53.
When he had the when he became a transsexual,
Yeah,
and then he died shortly after. Wow,
yeah.
that's
53. When did he die? 54.
He died at 55.
5.
And
so
how
2
long ago was
years,
that?
yeah.
How long ago was that?
Oh, look, we always knew that he was feminine.
No, how long ago did he die?
Start of the year. This
January.
year.
Just happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit! That all makes so much sense in today's world. And but a man in the 50s, middle-aged man like that, to make that
It's
choice
because they
at
pushed it so much on TV.
that point in life. I mean, what's the fucking point?
Puts
It's
ideas
way
in.
past your sexual fucking prime, anyways, right?
Yeah, as I
Doesn't
said
make
to him,
sense.
you can go to a sex shop and get your own boobs.
It's like why did fucking? I wonder if he was inspired by fucking Bruce Jenner.
I said to him, if you want to play boobs, go to the sex shop and buy some.
Who was? And now what's Bruce Jenner? You heard about the Bruce Jenner story, right?
Oh, yeah.
What did he change his name to?
Caitlin.
Caitlin. Yeah. That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy probably inspired a lot of people to do that. But
How's the one Biden's got, the health minister there?
Biden.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, that one. I just saw a video of that one today, man. Fuck. God damn
Ugly.
that.
It's like
so insane, isn't it?
it doesn't even look like a man. or a woman, really. I don't know.
Oh no,
What do
I
you?
haven't seen that.
Oh, yeah, you should see.
Oh, she got cut off.
Yeah, I've seen some get.
Yeah, I've seen it. You can't tell. It's so androgynous. It looks more like I guess it looks more like a dude to me. You know.
I've seen some good-looking lesbians, and I've seen some good-looking trannies. And wow.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I imagine I've seen a lot of trannies, and I didn't even know they were trannies. You know?
Put your hand up, Eskert.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's false advertisement, man. Come on.
hey, darling,
What's
you
wrong
got
with these
balls?
What the fuck's
Hey.
wrong with these people?
Any which way but lose. Any which way, okay?
Oh, that was one of my favorite movies. Right
Yeah,
turn,
that was
Clyde.
good.
Bam.
And any which way you can. Yeah.
Any which way but lose it.
Every Which Way But Loose was one of my favorite movies as a kid. That movie was so good.
Yeah, that's a good one, Sam.
You know, I
Those
remember that.
car chase ones.
I saw that movie when I was a kid in LA, in Southern California. And when I was watching the movie, a fucking earthquake happened. I'll never
Wow.
forget that shit. Sitting there watching
Yeah.
the movie, and all of a sudden the whole theater starts going, holy shit, like the rumbling sound and shit, you know. Like,
That would have been cool if you're watching the
You were
earthquake
like
film.
diving under the seats of the fucking movie theater and shit. And then the movie stopped playing.
Wow.
I remember after it was over with, you know, like a few, like maybe 10 or 15, 20 seconds later, people say, hey, turn the movie back on. What the fuck? People in California were just-
Yeah.
we were used to earthquakes.
I remember that film Earthquake back in, I think it was 74. And they had sense around where there's, you know, big bass speakers to make it feel like there was an earthquake. It was a really, really good buzz, that one. I liked it.
Yeah. I went through a lot of earthquakes growing up in California. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I digress. But we were talking about, transsexuals. It's such a big story these days, you know. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
God,
And they get so sensitive once they do that
the
too. Like,
LGBTQ, man, it's just my God.
like
In
Cammy
our faces.
wiped me because I was talking about how some of these operations don't work, you know. So
And like when I find out people like you and that have family members that are caught up in it, like, gee, especially at that age, I don't get that. I was making the point of Caitlyn Jenner. Why the fuck would Bruce Jenner get a sex change operation? You know, in his 60s. You know,
yeah. Well,
What's
it's the
fucking
same with
point?
Cammy. It's the same with Cammy. Cammy is about
Why do you want to
40,
do that to yourself in your
45 or
60s?
something. 45 when he transitioned into she. Yeah.
It's just doesn't make any sense to me, you know. That someone would do it, but you know, you know a person, your own brother or sister, or whatever.
Well, I know two. Well,
They
actually
did it.
3, 4. Sorry, I know a lot now that I think about it. Like a caseworker for
any.
me.
I don't know any
he's a-
people that are transsexuals that I know of. That is.
Yeah. Oh, they're everywhere. I mean, this is the woke capital of Australia, Victoria. You know.
Yeah, it's not such a. There's still not that big of a, as far as I know, transsexual community around here.
Nah, you're up in the mountains and things. You're not around
I don't,
cities.
who knows? Maybe there's some women out there that are transsexuals that.
Oh yeah, I remember one when I was a kid out in the country. You know, there was this trans guy living out in the bush. Yeah.
John says, last I heard, Bruce still has his package. Me too. I've heard that too.
Most of them do. Most do. It's like
Yeah, it was just a big, you know, psyop to publicize.
Have you ever seen Blair White?
To normalize it, you know, to normalize it amongst people. That's what the Bruce Jenner psyop was all about.
Have you ever seen Blair White? totally transitioned guy to a female, and you would not tell. I mean, this person,
Oh, Joe
You know,
Dirt in the house.
you would never know. Hey, Joe, yay.
Yeah, Bruce likes to reach around. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, well, Blair White, like, that's what you call a proper trans. Like, totally, transition into a beautiful looking woman. I mean, I'd never go there, but
I guess.
she hates
Did
all
they
this
ever-
type of shit too. She's constantly calling out all the groomers and all this stuff. She's totally reasonable person. That one.
Yeah,
I
the whole
admire.
thing is just so bizarre how they're just
Yeah,
shoving it down our
where you
throats. No pun intended.
Joe, where you been, man? Get on the show, Joe.
Yes.
Gordon was here before. Gordon was on my show last night with Ozzy, and Ozzy got cut off before.
Yeah, I was. Well, the Pie Man's not here today. That's kind of unusual.
Yeah.
We're missing the Pie Man today, but he can't be here every week. It is the holiday season,
Got the joke.
so yeah, you guys got big plans for Christmas.
Got my kids coming over.
Good. That's
Yeah,
nice.
I got 4
Well, yeah.
kids.
But that's the interesting thing about transgenders, man. They're never going to have children. They're never going to have kids. As hard as they try, to become the opposite sex, they will never become truly the opposite sex. You know what I mean?
What about the Kardashians, Dad?
Kardashian's dad.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
He's a transgender now.
Another transgender?
We're talking about Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh,
That's like
Used to be Bruce Jenner.
not directly related. What is it by
He
now?
was a big athlete. He was a big time
Yeah,
Olympic athlete here in America back in
Yeah.
the 70s. Yeah.
That's right.
He was on Wheaties. He was the most famous Wheaties box guy of all time. It was
okay.
really bizarre.
I know he is a
that happened.
sports person. Yeah.
I never would have imagined of all the people they would choose for that psyop. Why him?
Oh, Joe's not feeling the greatest. He's about to eat.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll catch him next
That's
time.
really good thing. It's not clipping in. I'm going to go put some more water in it.
But yeah, crazy times we're living in. But
Yeah.
who knows? I've heard shit like this has happened in the past. It's nothing really new. There's been
Well-
there's been what we might call genocides before, and that's how they do it. They start with getting the people to quit fucking reproducing, which is perversion, and homosexuality, and getting kids to mutilate themselves like they're doing now. Totally
Well, it's also a
normalizing it.
way of, it's depopulating in another way.
Yeah,
It's
it's a depopulation agenda, no doubt about it.
and just the
turning
way they've tried
children
to get
into mutants.
families just the way they tried to make families have lesser amount of children over the years,
What else could it be? I mean, what
One
else
or
makes
two
any
kids.
sense? Why else would they do it?
One or two kids, and just like
Why
China.
else would they do this shit if it wasn't a depopulation agenda? That's the only thing that makes any sense at all.
Exactly.
As crazy as it sounds, sounds like something on a South Park cartoon.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that makes any sense. There's a space alien out there that's causing people to go insane and want to
I'd
change
say
their
it's more,
gender. And it's making rich men want to have sex with all the women they can.
I'll just leave it there and I'll talk to it.
It's an alien wizard. Yeah, that's how that episode goes. It's being caused by an alien wizard. It was an episode with Tiger Woods. What made Tiger Woods?
Was that in
lose his
South Park?
mind and commit adultery on his wife with multiple different women, right? And they came to the conclusion that it was an alien wizard that was causing it to happen.
I mean, the country
It's
is in
hilarious.
shock that he cheated on his missus, but because
If you
he's
hit
the
him
only
over the head with a
celebrity
golf
that's
club-
ever done that. He's the only celebrity that's ever cheated on his missus, apparently. The same happened with Paul Hogan when he
That was a really
divorced
good
his
episode
wife.
of South Park. You know, it goes into sexual addiction and shit. You know, and like you have all these sex addicts on there, famous sex addicts, like David Duchovny and fucking the quarterback from fucking the Pittsburgh Steelers,
Yeah.
and quite a few other people. Like Bill Clinton's there. They have like this sexual addiction anonymous meeting. You know.
I'm sure a lot of them presidents have to. Like, I'm sure Biden would.
So they were court ordered to go to this, you know, sexual addiction fucking
For being
support group.
philanderers.
Yeah, and the guy's telling them, now what did we all do? Like the counselor, who's like, okay, now what? Now everybody, what did we do wrong here? Like, he's like, well, we were having, you know, horrible perverted sex with all these different women. He's like, no, that's not what was wrong. What did we really do wrong here? Come on, somebody tell me. We got caught. That's right.
Yeah.
We got caught. Now, how do we keep from getting caught?
It's a bit like those NA. It's like those NA meetings. It's a great way for junkies to meet other junkies and get other dealers. I mean, that's what me mate used to say to me.
That's
me
a
ex.
good point.
Yeah. She, you know, I know a few who said, oh, yeah, it's great. I've met this one and this one. And, oh, God, really helping, aren't you?
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
You get your little button or something, don't you? If you get,
But yeah, it's just nothing new. This whole LGBTQ garbage. It's just getting more and more insane every day. More and more stories, shoot 'em ups, you know.
small minority with a loud voice.
And and if you say anything about them,
The alphabet mafia will come for you.
that's what they're calling it now, the Rainbow Mafia.
Yeah, the alphabet mafia.
Or the Rainbow Mafia.
Yeah, there's two of them. I've heard the alphabet rainbow mafia.
Okay, yeah, because the LGBTQ WXYZ.
See,
Yep.
crazy.
They're affiliated with the Rainbow Mafia. They're just a little bit different, but the same.
When
Because
abbreviations
that rainbow
go
is their
wrong.
symbol. That rainbow is their symbol, right?
Yeah.
They've stolen the rainbow from the rest of us and made it all about them.
And they stole our happiness by stealing the word gay. And
Yeah, they stole it. Yeah, the fucking.
and you know, a bundle of
Well,
sticks.
what?
That's
Like I
all
was
that
saying
too.
last week, man, most gay people aren't like that, man. You know, I think most gay people out there aren't like that. You know, they're just, you wouldn't know most of them are gay to look at them, and they don't really care about all this bullshit. You know, they're not
Nah, I know quite a
political
few.
like they
don't
want
wanna
us to
be in the
believe that they
spotlight.
all are.
Yeah, a lot don't want to be in the spotlight. You know, They just like to
It's this
live
whole
life as
it's become so political now, right? It's just an agenda, obviously. You know me, I'm always talking about my goddamn agendas. Yeah. You think the sun rising every morning is a fucking agenda? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just another word for conspiracy theory, right?
Well, that's what they're demonising. It's been the
They're
biggest
always
news
pushing
in
some
Australia.
fucking agenda. I don't care
It's
what
the
anybody
biggest.
thinks.
The biggest story in Australia is that shooting we've had in Queensland, and already they're talking about surveillancing the internet morph to find out who's a conspiracy theorist and who's a off-gridder and who's an anti-whatever, and it's getting crazy. And they're already talking about, you know, all these new laws they're going to bring in, and they're going to come for the off-gridders, you know. They're already doing
everything that happens is they instantly start
They're
talking
doing-
about new laws to combat.
They're already doing
It's a
raids
threat.
on off the gridders
Everything's
in
a fucking
Queensland.
threat, and a threat must be answered by laws.
See, none of this incident makes sense either. Two young police people, a man and a woman got shot, and a neighbour who went to see what was going on when he saw the smoke. They were called out to the property because one of the guys there, the school teacher, was missing for 6 months. And all they did was get a call from New South Wales police to go check out and see if they've heard from their missing brother, And his wife was living on the property. The guy was missing. So they've gone out to the property, and apparently these three, husband, wife, and brother, dressed up in camouflage gear, some reason, laid in wait and just ambushed the cops as soon as they got out the car, shot close range. 2 cops managed to get away, all young, normally a routine call, which is what it was meant to be. You only 2 cops go out, but for some reason there was 4, 2 different cars, and 2 managed to escape through the bush. And stories, they said a bullet grazed the cop guy's leg, and this other woman, she had snakes crawling all over her from escaping from the fire, and it's dramatic. And thank God the SWAT team turned up with their cat bear, this big giant military thing, and just took out the 3, killed them instantly. Boom, boom, boom. Well, that's the alleged story anyway. We haven't got much footage of any of the event, except for a bit of burning forest and the aftermath.
In this society of cameras that are everywhere, there's no footage.
Oh, it was a no-fly zone during that day too. You weren't allowed to even fly a plane over there. It's weird. Everything about it's weird.
Strange.
Everyone who knew these people in the community loved them. They said that the main ringleader, he was a gentle giant. He never would have hurt anyone. They're all confused. What made him snap? What made him just change like that? And
climate change.
The Aboriginal community loved him, and it's just all weird. It's like, they just suddenly go, "Hey, let's call the cops, get them out here, and we'll shoot them when they come here," and that for something to do. And off-gridders normally like to be left alone, just leave us alone. No problems. Don't want to trouble.
Oh no, they're not going to leave them alone.
Yeah, that's how it is. Every
off-gridders.
off-gridder I know, they don't want,
Off-gridders are like fucking worse than terrorists.
Yeah, they are now. After the other day, apparently. But, I'll worry about my off-gridder friends on French Island. Gonna start raiding that.
Off-gridders are a menace to society, apparently.
But the biggest thing was they were anti, the V. That's what they've really been plugging.
Yeah,
and those conspiracy theorists, dangerous conspiracy theorists.
They can't allow humans to just fucking be living on their own devices. You must live in our safe society, in our safe, wonderful, smart city of the future.
15-minute cities.
No living out there in the woods.
Those 15-minute cities, they'll be fun, eh? We can only go within 15 minutes of our home.
And that's no doubt about it. That's what's going on here. I see the writing on the fucking wall. They're pushing
these
people
smart
out of the
cities.
country. And there's already, if you drive across the United States, you'll see town after town that's a fucking ghost town now. There were farming communities or whatever all across the country that are
all their
fucking
industries
ghost towns
destroyed.
now.
Destroyed.
They've taken all the farming and automated it. It's all done by machines. So all these towns that had farm workers and shit are all fucking over now. There's no work for them, so they all left. Go to the city to find work, whatever.
That's it.
Go wherever they could go.
It's same happenings.
An economy that they could survive in, because it wasn't happening there. So, but yeah, this is going on. 5-10 years ago, I was watching. Ever since like the economic collapse of 2008, started this whole the next wave of the shutdown of rural America.
Yeah.
And it was all blamed on the economy and shit.
Joe's having pot pie over toast. Yes, it's as dry as it sounds. Pot pie, that should be all right.
Thank you, Stuart, for the Merry
Bit of
Christmas.
stew. Sounds nice.
My religious
I had-
belief,
I had a
just
banana
didn't
and
really
2
like
eggs.
man's religion. That's all. But
Yeah.
I do have a belief in the Creator, and I do, enjoy the solstice, which is what it's all about to me. The returning of the sun is what the celebration I'd like to think of it as.
Behold for a
It's a sun
sunny
worship. I'm a sun worshiper. And we're in the darkest part of the fucking year right now.
Well,
Depressing to me.
I
don't
believe the only thing that can save us is God now. God. Yeah. Leave it up
Yeah.
to God, because there's no use trying to fight any battles here. We're not going to win, Not going to win when the government comes here.
No.
For made up bullshit or something. They've already done that to me. For bullshit.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Just because,
Try to avoid that at all costs.
Looks like I
But
might
I think
lose
it's
me right.
inevitable. It's going to come for all of us eventually. So
Yeah,
enjoy yourself while you can. The way I
exactly.
look at it, as much as you can.
They
Try
come
to
for the
enjoy
YouTubers first.
Try to. I mean, it's not easy to enjoy yourself these days, man. I know.
Already come for people who've made posts on Facebook, so about posting about we're going to have a protest. There's only 2 coming so far, and that woman gets arrested for it.
So Joe
Middle of the
Dirt, he lost power for 2 days. Wow, that would suck.
Oh,
You got to be prepared for that, man. I'm always prepared to lose power.
you'd have a generator, wouldn't you, Joe? Or
Yeah, I don't
one
need a
thing-
generator, but I got firewood to keep my house warm. That's about it.
Yeah, can cook on the fire.
That's all I can do. As long as my house, as long as I can, don't freeze to death. Because my furnace needs electricity to run. So
Yeah, that's the thing I'm going to save up for is a generator, because I do believe we're going to start having some bad power crisis.
what kind of generator? I think I've heard the solar generator is pretty good.
Yeah, Lee's got one. He says it works great.
At least you don't, because when the shit like that happens, you ain't gonna be able to get gas anyways.
Exactly. That's
You
what
can
I
only
worry
store
about.
gas for 3 months before it goes bad.
Yeah. Then it starts losing its strength,
And it just
Comes
it'll
a
fuck up
need.
your engine.
Yeah,
So
like putting water in it.
you don't want to use,
What about if you had
gas
like?
generator has its limitations.
What about if you had 44-gallon drums underground though? Like it's the actual heat that causes it to go bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends on how you store it, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just heard that you can only store gas for like 3 months.
There'd be a YouTube video about it somewhere, some prepper how to store gas properly so it doesn't go off.
Huh? Maybe there may be a way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just heard that you can only after 3 months your gasoline goes bad. So
Yeah, it does.
I know I've had a vehicle sit for that time and try starting it up, and that you could tell the what's wrong with this car? It's got old gas in it, and even if you put new gas in it, it still don't run right. You got to like clean out the fuel system.
Yeah.
Especially like on old carbureted cars. So I got a Jeep that still has a carburetor on it. It's like a 1998 Jeep. Oh no, 1989 Jeep.
Oh, that's nice. Jeep's a good brand.
It's one of the last cars ever made that still had a fucking carburetor.
Right. Because now they're all fuel injected, aren't they?
In 1990, it all went to fuel injected.
Yeah. I mean, it was cheaper, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
here in the United States, they changed every car on the market had to be
Yeah.
fuel injected by 1990.
Same here. Yeah.
So like, yeah, 89. But it seems like
Oh, hang
the
on.
modern fuel injected cars work a lot better. But like those carbureted
it
cars
was-
were cantankerous. You had to have an expert fix them.
I think it was about 2000 when they all started becoming full on. Like it was the 90s when they were becoming
Uh-huh.
fuel injected, and then there's still a few that were carbies, but yeah, it must have phased out by the end of the 90s. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure here in America in 1990 it changed over
yeah.
100% fuel injected.
I think you're right.
Any car after 1990 is fuel injected.
No, I think you're right because I bought a Camry.
As far as I
and
know. Yeah. 'Cause
I bought a
got an 89
1991 Camry,
I
and
got
that
an
was fuel
89 Jeep Wrangler that's still got a carburetor on it. It's like it's pretty.
yeah.
But you can have it changed to fuel injected if you want. I haven't driven it in a while; it just sits in the garage. But
At least with carbies, you knew what was wrong with them most of the time.
it's a pain in the ass to keep two cars on the road.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard enough to keep one car on the road.
Yeah, here it is. They're really making it hard to keep the older cars on the road. Anything
They should
under
always like to
2000.
have two cars running at any time. Just in case
They're
one
trying
breaks down.
to make it say every car has to be like only 10 years old. That's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah,
The roadworthies, they made it almost impossible to get an old car roadworthy now. It's just mental.
Mhm.
All the roadworthy
it's
people
all,
are telling
it's
me.
all part of the agenda.
Yeah,
Call me
that's just what the
conspiracy theorist.
roadworthy people are telling me. They're saying they're making it impossible to get these cars on the road again because they want to film every inch of the car and any tiny bit of rust. You got to have.
And it's all headed towards no more combustion engines at all. In California by
Yeah, we want
2030,
these.
I guess it's like by 2030 or 2032 or something.
We want these lithium
have-
battery cars that could blow up on a dime.
There'll be no more combustion engines allowed in California.
It's pathetic.
I thought it was
isn't it?
sooner than that, but I think I just heard recently it's like
If they had a
2032.
better alternative,
That's 9 years.
yeah, good. But they haven't got a better alternative.
I know these fucking
The
electric cars.
lithium
suck.
batteries are worse than anything at destroying. The amount of soil they have to dig to get these
And
cobalt.
also, nobody ever
Well-
thinks about what the electromagnetic field you're exposing yourself to from them electric cars.
Yeah, exactly. And if they get salt water on them and exposed to it, they blow up instantly.
I've heard recently people talking about that the electromagnetic field that car puts off is fucking detrimental to your health
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Because
from all that fucking electromagnetics going on there.
Yeah.
It's like, it affects your
Even-
fucking body.
even smoke meters, Eric, they have lithium.
They're saying that it has an effect to sterilize people. This is what I've heard. I'm not saying this is what I've heard other people say. That kind of electromagnetic frequency on you every day could have an effect of sterilizing you, amongst other things. But so yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Why they want to go to total fucking, when you believe the kind of shit that I believe, right? That they're, we're living through a fucking
Signals.
genocide.
Well, the smart meters, even the fire smoke detectors, they got
Everything is
lithium.
designed
in
to
it.
fucking destroy you.
The fire smoke
The
detectors
electromagnetic
say
frequency.
they got radioactive stuff in it.
It's called electromagnetic frequency, EMF. Most people don't even fucking think about it, dude. If you try to explain it to them, they just roll their eyes and look at you like you're fucking crazy. Yeah, right. Like my cell phone's gonna harm me. Yeah, you dumb motherfucker.
I know. I still get the old high pitched sound in my head every now and then,
You're
and
having
make me
fucking
dizzy.
wireless earbuds in your ear.
Uh,
You know.
That's not good for you. No, Wi-Fi itself is bad.
And these people have no fucking clue, man. They don't give a shit. They wouldn't even consider it if you told them that, that all this shit that they're exposing themselves to could be fucking destroying them.
And we had enough of that shit before
And I'm
cell
sick
phones.
of it too. I'm exposed to it also. Even though they're the ones all sat around with their fucking phones everywhere. Me, I don't have a phone, but I'm still in that electromagnetic fucking pollution, as I call it. But you know, it's everywhere, man. If you believe that it's detrimental to your health, dude, there's electromagnetic pollution all over, and it's just insane. The soup.
It's everywhere.
Everybody's walking around with a fucking celly, putting out these fucking.
It's bad here. Yeah.
Everybody's got. I'm the only person in the world that doesn't have a celly. I'm the only one. You know, and I'm fucking weird, dude. I'm fucking weird because I don't have a cell phone. You know.
Yeah, eventually I'd rather just have
People treat me
landline.
like I'm a fucking, like a pilgrim or something.
That's ridiculous.
You don't have
Bad
a cell
timing,
phone.
he hasn't
How
got
do
a
you
cell
live
phone.
without a cell phone? I find a way, motherfucker. I find a way. How do you
I
live with
use
a cell
mine.
phone?
I use mine just to make calls and get calls and use the camera on it. That's all I use it. I don't use the internet on my phone. And, try to turn it
I'm
off
just
each
saying,
night.
man. If you can get rid of your cell phone, fucking do it.
Yeah.
I managed
Nah,
to live without it.
If I settled in a place, get landline on and just have the phone in the house, Yeah. That'd do me.
It's pretty hard today.
That was good
For a
enough
lot of people.
the old days,
Yeah, there's no getting rid of it.
And also you can get
people become
better
dependent
internet.
upon it. And,
Also the
and if
internet.
you don't have it, you're frowned upon by society. You know?
Yeah.
People don't
Everything's
wanna
phone
hire
apps.
you if you don't have one. It's hard to find a
You know
job.
what they do now here, Eric? They don't send you a fine in the mail anymore. They send it on your phone to you.
And if you don't have a phone, there's a lot of things you just can't do.
It's like I got a message on the phone. You have 7 days to pay this fine. This is a reminder. I never got the bill in the first place. I just got a reminder of 7 days to pay $555.
But we'll come and fucking put your ass in a cage.
And I was telling this legal mate of mine about it, and he says, "Oh yeah, that's what they're doing now. They don't send you anything in paper anymore. They're sending it all by phone. What if you haven't got a mobile phone? Yeah.
Yeah.
And all this QR coding in we had, you didn't have it as bad over there, but we had this QR coding where everyone had to use their phone to get into a shop. It's just ridiculous. And what if you haven't got a mobile? You're an old person who never got one. Oh, you're not allowed in the shop.
There's very few people in where I live that don't have one. I'm the only person I know. Even kids under 10 years old and shit have cell phones now. I'm like the only person in my whole zone of influence who's not packing a cell phone.
First it was TV to rot our children's brain, and now it's cell phones that'll even rot it more.
And it just irks me, because every time, not everybody, but most of the people around me are constantly like have their head in their cell phone, and whenever they have a spare minute, they pull out their phone and they're looking at it.
No, I can't talk.
They're not in tune with the real world around them at all. They're into that, they're fucking scrolling on, they're in a false reality, really.
Gordon says cell phones are for punks.
Yeah. But the world is full of punks. There's no shortage of them.
Oh, look at me with my new cover on my phone. Oh, it cost me $200. Oh, good on you.
People spend $1,000 average.
Yeah, $1,000. Yeah. Oh, the latest one, Ken, it's $1,300. That's $1,300 I'm keeping,
I heard the Tesla phone's coming out soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Elon Musk is making his own phone, man.
It'll be space-proof, I bet.
He's tired of Apple pushing him around.
It'll be space-proof, too, I bet.
You'll be able to talk on Mars with it, yeah. It'll have its own cryptocurrency.
God, Elon Musk, what a character they've developed out of him.
God, I'm sick of that guy.
It's like, you know, these
Sick of
larger than
hearing
life
that
characters.
name.
Yeah,
I had to bring it up.
it's all your hair, isn't it?
I just
Elon
had
Musk,
to
Twitter,
fucking bring it up,
Elon Musk.
didn't I? I had to go there.
Uh, It is an it's like we're watching a show, isn't it? You know, like, oh, what's going to happen this week on the Elon Musk show? You know?
I was thinking about changing the name of the program here to the Weekly Shit Show, the Weekly Shit Show Report or something like that. Yeah, it's basically. Welcome to the Shit Show. We got our guest Ken Rotman here tonight.
Talking shit.
Ken? Welcome to the Shit Show.
Lots of shit going down here, man.
The Shit Show Report. Yep, shit happening
Government shit, everyone's shit.
Yeah, that's the only sticker I have on my snowboard helmet. It says "Welcome to
electric
the Shit
cars
Show."
are shit. Electric scooter I use is good. I'm using this wheelchair scooter to go shopping and put all my
Shit
social
Show
media
Report.
on.
Joe Dirt likes it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Weekly Shit Show Report. Yeah, when people come
And
on,
it is.
I can say,
The
welcome
whole
to the
world's
Shit
a
Show.
show.
Welcome to the Shit Show. Nice to have you. But yeah,
The
it
world's
is
a shit show.
the
We'll have our shit entrances and exits, and we're all actors on a stage. And
Just happen to have my snowboard helmet right here. What it says.
Life is a shit show stage. Shit show.
Welcome to the Shit Show. Some dude gave me this sticker one day, and I was like, God, I gotta put that on my helmet.
It's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. I know this guy. He makes stickers. He's got like a sticker printer. He can make. You can get one.
Yeah.
Anybody can get a sticker printer now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I might get one saying "fuck the government" and put it on the back of my car and see where that gets me.
I did have some custom stickers made. I need to send them out, man. Anybody wants to send me an email and wants a sticker, let me know.
Here, you get arrested if you have an Eureka Stockade flag on your car.
I'll send you a sticker in the mail.
Oh, thanks. Cool. I'll send you my email.
Yeah, you can send me your mail address and I can send it to you. I'll post up my email. And you can
I'll
send
put it in the private chat. It's a pretty easy one to remember anyway. Yeah,
Let's see, private chat.
that's my latest email. I've got about 10 emails, you know, and like from way back that I never use
I
anymore.
gotta actually write that down. No, but I need your actual physical address. to send you a sticker.
This is my temporary address, but yeah, if it changes, I'll tell you.
No, but yeah, I wouldn't send your physical address over YouTube, but if you want to, I don't care. And, yeah, if you're not too worried, you're not going to be living there very long, anyways, right?
Nah, it's in private chat anyway. So.
Yeah, if you send me your address, I'll write it down and send you a sticker.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I'll send you more than one.
Cool. I can.
And maybe some other stuff too.
Wow, see, it's good. So, yeah. 3200. That's Melbourne postcode. Yeah. It covers a lot of area. So,
Cool. Let me see something to write it down on.
I've been meaning to send it to Joe too. I think maybe I did. My old address probably. But yeah, I'll probably be here Christmas. It looks like after all. Oh well. I think I'm spending Christmas here, and then on Boxing Day, Tioni, I might go with Tioni to her family out in the country and visit and spend the following Christmas Day with them. That's what I did last year.
Okay.
Except it means leaving my dogs behind. Yeah. Last time I went, Ryan looked after me dogs when I went to Tioni's family's place for Christmas. I wasn't allowed here because I wasn't Jabberwockied, but everyone's forgotten. Germy me. Disgusting germy, non-venated.
Well, that's quite an address.
Yeah.
Way different than when you do it here in America.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And the country's Australia, yeah. Last time I checked, anyway.
Yeah.
It feels more like China, but it's
Dude,
still
yeah.
Australia.
That's something
Australia.
that I was trying to talk about earlier, like what the fuck's
Asia.
going on in China these days?
Yeah, it looks like the people, because a lot of starving, they've taken the food out of their mouth. So, that's the last straw for humanity when
But no, there's a lot of talk about the what is spreading real fast down there now. Like it's
I know.
doubling. So they're freaking the fuck out.
Variants running
All
loose.
over the propaganda radio is freaking out. Oh, the what is spreading like wildfire in China.
It's to try to stop the protests. They're saying that. Yeah, it's probably what it's about.
Basically, they're saying that the what is totally spreading like wildfire.
Yeah,
because you know why? They got rid of the zero COVID policy, and now look what happened. Now it's spreading like wildfire.
Exactly.
So,
Not enough people. Well, everyone would have got the thing, though. Most people would have got it over there.
I don't think they've gotten rid of they're actually got rid of their zero COVID policy, but I guess there's some talk about it, because of all the protests and shit.
Yeah, they're bringing it back.
They had to, relax their zero COVID policy. Where like, if there's one case of COVID around here, you're all getting locked the fuck down.
Thousands get locked down. Yeah.
No, it was it's like basically like an open air prison.
Welding people into their
Basically,
homes.
the whole country of China has become a fucking prison on lockdown.
Yeah.
For the last 3 fucking years. For the last 3 fucking years, they've been going through this shit. And they've had it up to here with this fucking garbage.
They're not gonna take it anymore.
Can you imagine?
Wouldn't it be wonderful? Wouldn't it be fantastic?
One fucking person tests positive, and how I always say how these fucking tests are fraudulent. So
my dream has been to see China become a non-communist country again. I'd love to see that. I hope that happens before I die. But go back to the what was it? The emperor times.
But yeah, all I know is there's a lot of talk about China right now.
China did so well when they just had emperors.
Spreading like wildfire now. So they're really talking about that, on the propaganda radio. On and on and on about it. So they're using it as a catalyst for something to come here.
A catalyst to keep the people like cattle.
To lock us back down is what I'm getting at.
Exactly. I can feel it's coming
in the near future. Where we got to go back to the COVID restriction. All the kids are gonna have to start muzzling back up at school.
Yeah. Oh, the government loved it.
So evil, man. So
they
evil.
were getting brownie points locking everyone up.
I'd rather die of this shit. Kill my grandmother than see fucking kids walking around with muzzles on their faces.
Well, when my sister Annie was dying at the start of the year, I could go see her, but it was Oh no! First, I was allowed to go, and then they found out I hadn't been jabberwockied, and I would have had to look at her through a glass, and tap on the glass. Hello, Nah, that's too humiliating. That I just couldn't do that. It was
Wow.
like this is
It was
just
bizarre.
insane. So
that
yeah, I
person
wasn't even allowed to see my dying.
I think I remember you telling me about that, but
Yeah,
I wasn't aware that it was a transsexual. I don't think
Yeah.
you ever mentioned that at the time.
yeah. I seen Annie last at 2 Christmases ago. Yeah, here. I did a video about it when Annie met Annie. Annie meets my beagle Annie.
And it's really an interest. It's really quite an amazing story
Yeah,
in today's world.
it's happening
Seems
everywhere.
And
Like I got a message,
and
mate.
your family say that they attribute it to the hormone shit he was taking. He or she was taking.
Oh no, like not real. It was all
Could
just
have
his own.
contributed to her,
Hey.
she's demise.
Half me family's in the Jehovah's Witnesses, so yeah, of
But
course
no,
they would.
no, but when she died, she identified as a female. So,
So yeah. Oh,
so I guess you got to respect that.
I did a funeral actually.
And call her
I did
a
a
woman.
video of the I did a video of the funeral. I never put it up though, but I might next year. So
No,
just a bit of it.
Who got the video?
Cammy gave a speech there. Cammy, me tranny friend. Oh shit! You're not allowed to say the word tranny. I forgot. You only meant to say trans. Tranny's very offensive now.
Is it?
But yeah, it's fair enough.
Dude, I remember when a tranny was something that you fucking dropped out of the back of your car.
Yeah.
I remember when a
Got a big
tranny
tranny
was
in
part
the
of your
car.
car. No,
Yeah,
tranny
got a big
has whole
tranny in the
new
car, and you open the bonnet, and there's a big fat giant.
Did you remember when a tranny was part of your car?
We call
I
them
miss those
trannies.
days.
Trent. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. It's just the world we live in is so insane.
Yeah, mine's automatic, transmission.
But no, they actually changed the meaning of woman in the dictionary.
Yeah, they can change it all they want. We're going to still use what we want. And
Yeah,
women
but
are
that
still
just-
going to call
you
each
know,
other women,
Just shows how fucked up they are. You know?
I mean, it drives the women just
how
as
ridiculous
nuts.
this whole agenda is, how fucking deep it goes, and how ridiculous it is that they're going to be fucking changing definitions of words in the dictionary. We're
Yeah.
living in some fucked up shit.
It's just like 1984, George Orwell, when they were changing the dictionary.
Yeah, Newspeak.
The
Yeah,
dictionary is
that's
that
what-
thick, and then
That's what that
in the
guy's
film,
job was to change words.
the dictionary used to be that thick, and then in the film it became that thick. So the words were changing and becoming less and less
And that's what's going
proper
on.
words,
It's amazing. It's amazing.
abbreviating everything.
How they
Choco
predicted that
Racket.
in that book, in that movie. So, they know what they like, that's why I talk a lot about how this ain't the first time they've done this. This has happened before in the past. They know exactly what they're doing.
It's happened with communism. I mean, the book was based on Stalinism, yeah. Orwell was based on Stalin's regime. Yeah.
See, John Stewart understands what I'm saying. We used to say, I dropped my tranny. We knew what it meant. Remember when your tranny was a part of your car? Now, in the modern world, tranny has a whole new meaning.
I got my tranny fixed up and going great now. Costs like $600 for a transition operation.
That's nothing these days. I know one guy, he just had to have a new tranny put in his van. Cost him $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Insane
buy a
how
car.
much shit costs these days.
Yeah,
There's one guy I know, he's got a Mercedes van, the Mercedes Sprinter van. And just to get like a service costs $2,400. Fucking. He don't care. It's just a business expense, right? Tax write-off.
Ridiculous. And the amount to fix these new cars sometimes because of the computer shit failing, God.
Yeah, they really.
$2,500 if the computer fucks up sometimes,
It doesn't do anything more spectacular than the old cars did.
They don't seem much different to me. I've been driving Tioni's car,
It
which
gets
is
you where you want to go. But no, yeah. But now every car has to have a fucking computer on it.
Yeah.
That's been like that for a long time.
Oh, we'll put on the computer diagnostic machine, eh? Yeah,
But no, the computer controls everything in the car now.
Yeah.
Every car has an onboard computer that controls everything.
Yep. Tioni's car, she just takes it in there and they put on a computer that tells them everything that's wrong with it.
So they've taken all the skill out of being a mechanic.
I still know a few old school mechanics, but
you got to change this part and that part. That's all it is. It's all modularized,
302 p.m.
compartmentalized, dumbed down, and it's becoming the new world electric car time that we're living in. And self-driving cars are already here. They're just it's a matter of time. I don't think it's going to be too much longer before the self-driving car is a reality on the roads. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but the technology's there. A lot of new cars now are capable of being self-driving. You just need like a software update, and you can switch it right over to self-driving.
No way would I trust that.
I know.
I'd rather
hell no.
a human mind.
I don't know. Maybe I just put it on self-driving and crawl in the back seat and go to sleep. And if I die, I die.
Yeah. I've seen a few films where it's like self-driving cars, and one where this car gets taken over and this woman's in the car. She's going to spill the beans on everything, and the car just keeps going into the back of a truck, smashes to bits.
Yeah, so
she's taken out.
I'm sure they've been working on it for a long time. Self-driving car technology,
There's one about a woman. There's one about a woman. She's in this smart car and driverless car too, but she can steer it as well as she wants. But she gets out the car in the desert. I forgot why, and her baby's in the car, and then the car locks itself, and it won't open the door for her. No matter what she says, it's meant to open the door, but it won't. And so she's all through the movie. She's trying to get her baby out the car, but the windows are like massively strong.
Man,
you can't break them with a rock.
Really bad nightmare.
She ends up dragging the car, pushing the car across the road down a cliff to try and smash the door open, and it does. She's able to get her baby at the end.
And the baby survives.
Yeah, the baby survives. It was in a baby chair, but it was starting to die. She thought, well, it'll die anyway, so I'm going to take a chance. And I can't remember what the film was called. Something like The Something to do with the name of the car, and I can't find it anywhere. I saw it was really like a really bad publicity for those cars. It was. That's probably why you can't find it now, because they want to promote these cars.
They won't trust.
They don't want to show what could go wrong.
Yeah, these cars nowadays, you can't trust them.
The Impala,
I heard a lot of horror stories about the cars just going haywire. All of a sudden,
I saw one about. There's one where it shows this car just takes off on this guy. He's trying to hit the brakes, and you see all this street footage of his journey, and it ends up going like 200 kilometers before it crashes. And oh my god, it just kept going faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, I've
He
seen
said,
videos
knocking
like that
people
too.
over, cars are. Oh god, that was over in China.
All of a sudden, the car just takes. There's nothing you can
Takes
do.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do nothing. He couldn't steer it or anything. And that was in China.
I've heard, stories about how they can, these modern cars can be hacked by anyone to do shit like that.
They're already been doing that.
Someone could pull up behind you with their cell phone and fucking bam and hack your car and fucking all of a sudden you lose control.
Oh, it was happening a lot like 10 years ago. All these celebrities were having these weird car accidents that didn't make any sense. Like Chris Walker, he was the guy in the which movie was it? Fast and Furious, was it? Chris Walker.
I think
And-
so.
You know what he was doing? 90% of his money he was spending on trying to stop child trafficking, right? And he was like one of the only, actors from there that was actually honourable and did not care about wealth. He just wanted to make all his money be of use. And then he started to uncover a lot of shit, I think. And, of course, he had to go in a Porsche.
He died in an
Crashed
accident.
into a tree. Yeah, just the car crumpled up in front of this small tree. It was weird.
Yeah.
He lost
yeah,
control.
yeah.
He got in the car and suddenly he's going like, 100 and something kilometers through the town. And
You know what's weird?
LA.
I've been seeing a lot of places
That was
I
like-
drive these days. I see, those big heavy metal guardrails on the side of the road.
yeah,
A lot of them all fucking tore up and twisted the fuck up.
we've
I'm
got them here too with the cable, the wire cables
What's
on
going
each
on
post.
here, man? I'm seeing them all up. Why are people crashing into guardrails all over the place all of a sudden?
Yeah, they never used to. Now they are.
Does it have to do with the what? I've heard it talk about that. People, have
Yep.
have a fucking unexplained death while they're driving, and it's happening more and more.
I've seen footage of this bus driver. He's just fallen, killed over at the wheel, and you see the footage of the bus
Yeah.
just.
I think
crazy.
that's what's going on, man. And
it
they're
rams
just
into it.
crashing into things, and you're seeing the wreckage, and they're just leaving it there, man. They're not even fixing it.
Yeah.
There's all these crumpled up fucking guardrails all over the place. Like, damn, how come I'm seeing so many fucking crumpled up guardrails everywhere? Am I the only one seeing them?
And I used to be worried about people on psych drugs falling asleep behind the wheel.
Why are
Now-
people? I never noticed this before on my whole
Yeah.
lifetime driving on
Yeah.
these roads, and now I'm seeing crumpled up
That's
guardrails
so-
everywhere. Kind of makes me go, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah,
You could
yeah.
be just driving down the road one day, and all of a sudden, somebody dies behind the wheel, fucking comes right in and fucking
boom,
hit you.
head on. Yeah,
Fuck, it's frightening
it's all over. Jehovah.
because
Yeah.
of this, this sudden adult death syndrome that's going around. What they call it?
Well, you heard what they were doing with the
Unexplained
pilots.
deaths. It's just all unexplained. It's all, they don't know why these people are dying. There's no.
We heard about all these pilots who were having heart attacks behind the plane wheel.
It's inexplicable. Nobody
and then
knows why all these
They had
people
to ask all the
have their
pilots
lives.
who. Yeah, they had to get all these pilots. who
It's
hadn't
called
had-
unknown. They're all dying of unknown causes.
Yeah.
Is what it is. They're dying of unknown causes.
There's a documentary
It's a new
suddenly.
thing now. And it's going around. It has nothing to do with the what. It's just unknown causes.
There's a documentary suddenly died. It's called.
That's
Um,
that's been all over the place lately.
Yeah, I watched. it
Died
on
suddenly. It's called Died Suddenly.
Died suddenly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly died. Same shit.
Yeah. Suddenly died. Yep. No, just the heart. Kids get heart attacks now too, all the time. Apparently.
Yeah. God damn, it's crazy. People dying behind the wheel driving, but it's they would never relate it to the what. It's because what's causing it? Overpopulation.
Climate change too.
Change, which is caused by overpopulation.
Yeah.
It all boils down to overpopulation.
It's just so crowded, isn't it? The world's just so you can't
Climate
go
change
anywhere.
is a direct result of overpopulation.
You go to the country, there's so many people out there, and you get
Yeah, the population problem, and it's just getting worse every day. The
Yeah.
human race just keeps growing.
Look at Australia. We got all this country and just a couple of cities, but no, we're overpopulated. Yeah.
Then it just keeps getting worse. We're heading towards 10 billion people on the planet. We got to
Yeah.
do something about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
so
believe their numbers. You know,
never have. No,
could be only
they-
7 billion still, or who knows.
They pull these man. They're so good at lying to the population, and people just believe whatever they're told.
Oh, I watched a good show today on John Levi. He does.
I know who John Levi is.
Yeah, he did one about all these photos that have just come out actually about the Antarctica missions.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And you see all these old buildings there and like pyramids.
But who knows? Are they really from Antarctica? I don't know.
Yeah, well, it shows the ships frozen in the water.
There's a bunch of old photos for sure.
Yeah,
But they could be from Antarctica.
if
they're
it's
not
real,
really
well,
from Antarctica.
God, that changes the whole story, doesn't
But
it? If
they
it
could
is
really be. It could be real and true. I don't know. But yeah, I know what
look
you
like
mean.
Antarctica.
It looked like it could have been any cold region on the planet.
Yeah, but even so, what those buildings doing?
Why would John Levi lie about that?
Well, he's only going
He
by
doesn't
what
know.
he's found.
Maybe
you
he's
know.
not lying, but maybe he's being deceived. That those
Well,
photos are
He's
actually
pretty
from
excited
Antarctica.
to see the. Like me, he's pretty excited to see these new.
But
No,
if they're
no,
not from Antarctica, where are they from?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Iceland.
Hey, Eric Salveson in the house. Nice to see you. Could
Hey,
be
Eric.
Iceland, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be, but yeah, as
There
far
is
as
no,
he says, it's from
There
Antarctica.
is no North Pole anymore, though, is there? Doesn't seem to be,
There's no North Pole anymore.
unless you count
Where the fuck is
Iceland.
Santa
as the
Claus
North-
gonna live then?
I know.
Santa Claus
homeless
got
now.
kicked out.
Mandela effect made Santa homeless.
Yeah,
And the elves. What about the elves?
Holy
What, a
shit.
whole race of elves are going to get wiped out?
we got a fucking Rastafarian in the house.
Rasta.
Hey, man.
What's up, bros?
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
enjoying
nice
the
to see
life,
ya, man.
living the life of communism here. It's great. I'm
What's
loving
going
it.
on, dog?
Man, just taking it easy today. Been
Yeah.
working a lot. Yeah.
You should
It's a
take
Sunday
it easy, man.
here.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's a
holiday
day of rest
season.
here, Sunday.
Yeah.
You gotta take some time off of work from the holidays.
Yeah,
But
man.
you know it sucks. This year's Christmas falls on a Sunday.
Shit, I don't care about Christmas.
Yeah, but it's an excuse
I'm
to
over
get some
Christmas.
time off of work.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I care about it.
How you guys been?
Christmas to me is cooking a roast lamb and dinner, and for me and me dogs. That used to be my regular Christmas tradition for many years up
Yeah.
until.
Whatever you want to call it. It's a good time, a good excuse to get some time off work.
And I like spending it by myself, but this year I'm not. I'm going to have to spend it with family here. Damn it!
No one can say, "Oh, I'm taking Monday off and I'm taking Friday off."
I
Because
just gotta.
I gotta celebrate my religious, my religious holiday.
Yeah, my religion's a bit of Rasta. A little bit of that.
But no, I don't really.
You've had a
celebrate
haircut,
Christmas.
Eric.
Oh, yeah. I took all my dreads off.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
No, I didn't.
Oh, I was going to say what the.
Looked like he was going bald.
Yeah,
Man.
I was going, my God, you look so straight.
Just a little male pattern baldness in the front. That's all.
I just got a big forehead.
Yeah, it's because that huge fucking
Oh,
cranium,
that's a relief.
that giant fucking brain you got.
Yeah, bro.
You can't keep it.
When you got hair like that, you know, it's something to be proud of. You can't just cut all that off.
Since 2009, I've been growing it.
Wow.
Since 2009. Wow,
Yes, sir.
long time.
Long
I
time.
got
Happy
a
long
mate who's pretty much got the same, same length and everything. Raven, his name is. He rides around on a bicycle around Australia with his wife and two babies. Crazy.
Yeah, you can't just cut that shit off.
It's a bit dangerous what he's doing, but No, I hope he's all right.
You spent too much time growing that shit.
And it's kind of like a fuck you to the system, you know. I'm not putting up.
I know
with-
one guy that got tired of his dreadlocks, man, and he finally had to cut them off.
Yeah, they're tiring, man.
He was having a hard time sleeping at night with his dreadlocks and shit.
Oh, it's true.
He was giving him a hard time, so finally one day he finally cut him off.
Well, here it is summer, and it's been like winter. We've had about 5 good days in 18 days. Today's like a cold sort of spring day, windy, freezing cold wind. It's just mental. I've never ever seen the weather ever in my 64 years be this cold in summer. I'm actually been wearing me snow gear some nights, you know.
Huh.
It's just insane.
Yeah, it's almost a
time
solstice
ever.
winter.
Oh, nice. Like all them little chambers.
It hasn't been too bad here this winter so far.
Yeah. Well, I had someone growing some plants for me somewhere, and they all went to shit because of the cold weather.
I wasn't expecting a mild winter anyways, but yeah, it's been pretty mild.
It's been too cold to grow weed.
But it could get worse.
First time,
Second half of the winter.
first time I haven't been able to, do it. Yeah. So I'm in brewery.
How's
Yeah, we're
work?
almost at the.
How's
It's
work
only
for
like,
you?
how's work for me?
Yeah.
Oh, great, man. Love it.
That's
I love
That's
it.
good.
I love
good,
getting
Eric.
up every morning at 5 o'clock and driving for an hour.
Yeah, I missed that.
So I could drive home again and do it all again the next day.
I used to have to
Hey,
get
but,
up like 4 a.m. and get to McDonald's and paint all these things at McDonald's.
it beats unemployment, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I hated it. Going all over Melbourne, I used to.
I hate working and I hate not working. So what are you going to do?
I miss work sometimes. I wish I had a nice, cruisy little painting job just a few
I wish
days
I
here
could
and
just
there.
live off the land, become a hunter-gatherer. But there's not much work for hunter-gatherers these days.
Nah,
You could be an
there's
elk.
not much to hunt, is there?
I could go work the chairlifts at Eldora.
Deer over there.
I shot a couple deer this year, but
Nice.
I missed my elk though.
Yeah.
I shot
That's
an
too
elk.
bad.
He got away.
You shot him, just wounded him?
Yeah, I
Poor
could.
bastard.
Yeah,
and it happened.
but then
That's the price of being an elk, I guess.
yeah. I mean, the 2 deer I got just dropped instantly.
Yeah. So yeah,
So I got some meat in the freezer.
good. Yeah, that helps. I'm sure the price of food these days.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially with kids, man. And
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I just
I wish I could go shoot a fucking moose. If I could shoot a moose, it would be so easy.
there's a lot up there, man.
They come right in my backyard, dude. I could just fucking bam. It'd be so easy to kill a moose.
You can apply for a tag, but it usually takes a while in Colorado to get a tag.
No, they don't give away very many moose tags.
No.
For some reason, they want the moose to overpopulate, and they're definitely overpopulated around here.
Well, did you see what they're about to release out near me?
No, the wolves.
Yeah, 50 wolves.
Release the wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These aren't just like regular wolves that used to live here. These are timber wolves from Canada.
Uh-huh.
These are big boys, dude.
I'm
Twice,
back.
twice the size of a regular wolf.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's fucked up.
You know, I'm gonna be hunting out in the woods.
They shouldn't be releasing wolves in Colorado. I'm sorry.
It's
It's
crazy.
too overpopulated by humans,
Yeah.
Too many humans in Colorado. Why the fuck do they want to release the wolves here? You know why?
No, we
'Cause they
get
wanna
hit by
fucking cause
cars.
problems.
Now we
That's why-
get hit
the
by
same reason
cars.
why they released all the moose around here, because they kill people, and they cause problems for people.
You imagine being out there hunting and fishing, and all of a sudden, oh, there's wolves stalking. you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I doubt they will stock a human, but they
Whole
might.
pack of wolves surrounding you.
Yeah, scary. That'd be scary as fuck.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was out there in the woods the other night, man, and there was coyotes yipping and howling all around me, dude. Like 50 of them.
Uh-huh.
They're going
There's
crazy.
a lot of coyotes down where I've been working at. They got a huge pack
Did
of
you
coyotes.
ever see that film called The Grey? About this guy and his fight with these wolves in the wilderness, and it was really good actually. The Grey, and yeah, him and his crew are stuck in the wilderness in the snow and all that, and he's the only one who survives. And this,
Fighting the
Yeah.
wolves.
I love those.
yeah, the wolves are just ruthless in this film.
Love that. Yeah. Do you like the movie The Revenant? The Reverend?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's a bit like that, a lot like that film.
a great movie.
Same brutalness of the wilderness, you know.
Yeah, I thought it was a little far. I don't think he would have survived that fucking bear attack myself.
I looked up the true history of that, and that guy was pretty wild, man. From the stories they tell about.
Yeah. Or maybe they just made the bear attack too ridiculous in the movie.
Oh,
They
yeah.
actually made a film version of it back in the early
There's no way
70s.
he would have survived that shit.
Even though the book was written later on, the actual story was made in a film with Richard Harrison called Man in the Wilderness. And yeah, they're carting this ship across the ice, and he gets attacked by a bear, and they just leave him behind. And then these Native Americans come along, and it was the exact same story, you know. It was good. He survives the bear attack and works his way to get back at the people who left him there, and the Native Americans help him, you know.
So it's like the same story.
The Edge.
Oh,
It's like the early 2000s, called The Edge.
I remember the name.
And it was like they crash a plane in Alaska, and they have to fight off this bear. And they like put a big tree in the fire and like sharpen it out into a spear and like
Attack him. So they could fucking kill the bear when it attacks.
yeah.
Oh, Backwards. Backwards is a good one. That's all about these hikers getting pursued by this bear all through the film. big grizzly. Yeah, Backwards. That was about 10 years ago. You got to watch that one.
Those movies
Backwards, The Grey. Did you see that one about the young rich kid? He goes into the wilderness. He ends up.
Call of the Wild.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, Sean Penn directed it. Out of the. It was a good film. This rich kid, he decided. It's a true story. He decided to just go bush one day, even though he had everything he wanted.
Into the Wild.
Into the Wild, yes.
Yeah, I read that book. It was John Krakauer book.
Pretty tragic at the end, wasn't it? You know, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but as an outdoorsman, dude, that guy didn't know what the
He
fuck.
didn't have a clue. He didn't have a clue. Like when he kills that animal, it's like, what the hell is he doing?
If you're
You
gonna
gotta,
be in the
you
outdoors,
gotta hang it upside down and bleed it for a start.
I went to school to be a guide, you know, and you don't mess around in the Rocky Mountains or
Ah,
wilderness.
you gotta know what you're doing. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I used to have to, you know, gut animal, you know, rabbits and hens, and you know, pluck them and skin them, and I know all that stuff. But when I was watching that, I was going, "Oh no, this is not going to end good." You know, sure enough, it didn't. But you know, I didn't know how to keep warm. You know, I didn't know how to get a fire going after time.
Plus, the guy,
And he picked a bad time to go too. You know,
the guy that made that book famous, the author, his name's John Krakauer. If you look Into Thin Air in the 90s, it was the book about Everest that came out.
oh yeah.
The deadly 1995 Everest expedition,
Mm.
where all those Americans and Europeans and Sherpas died.
Yep.
Well, John Krakauer, he was on that expedition with Alex Lowe and all these famous climbers, right? And he walked past this dude who was dying. His name is Beck Weathers.
I remember this. Yeah.
and left him while he was still alive. He just left him there.
There's nothing he could do. He didn't have the energy to.
That's what he said. Yeah, but I was.
But at the same time, I'd find it very hard to do that. Just leave
Yeah.
someone.
So Beck Weathers writes a story called "Left for Dead," and so you see the whole other side of that. And I'm not
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not a fan of John Krakauer.
Right, yeah.
I think
I
he's-
don't blame him. No, that sounds a bit callous what he did. Or, every man for himself.
yeah. Now Everest is just a freaking circus, just a train of people going up, covered in shit and dead bodies and garbage.
Yeah, I can imagine all them expeditions over the years. God, even
Yeah.
they're doing movies about it. Spencer Tracy or something, and God, really promoting mountain climbing back in the 50s and 60s. I remember that in the films. Rudy and the Mountain. That was another Disney film. The Matterhorn. Yeah, nah, it's dangerous. I mean, why would you want to do it anyway? I hate the cold.
I love mountaineering and skiing and
I don't mind that sort of thing, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I used to go to the Alps up here, and you go up on a nice sunny day, and you'd be getting around in a T-shirt. It was beautiful,
I'll tell you what, where Eric likes to shred, man, it gets so windy up there. That's the
It
only.
looks like it does. It like a blizzard
Yeah,
sometimes.
I was gonna go riding today, but it was just too fucking windy.
Yeah, see,
I
That's
might go
the-
tomorrow, man, if the wind settles down.
when
Yeah.
there's
Go
no
take a few
wind,
turns,
it's fucking awesome.
do
The
some
wind's
snow
like the
skating.
Arctic here. Oh, God.
How's it been
Thanks.
up there, buddy? How's the POW?
Yeah, it's been shit.
Really?
Yeah, it's been not so good so far. Well, I was expecting it wouldn't be the greatest winter this year.
How many inches of base?
I don't know, maybe 10.
10 inches of base on the mountain? No, you got to have like 50.
Yeah.
No, it's not
We've
much.
had excellent snowfalls here on the Alps.
No, I think you got to have at least 20.
We've had the best
In
snowfalls.
reality,
ever.
some places it's bare. Some places
Really?
it's barely covered with snow.
Really?
There's still snow up on
So
the
it gets
mountain.
scraped off,
even
all
though it's
day long.
summer.
People are turning on one spot and it just scrapes all the snow off.
So the last few years we've
down
had
to the
snow on
rocks.
the Alps during summer.
The
That's
thing about Eldora, man, when it starts getting windy, it's really icy.
And the wind blows a lot of the snow away, yeah.
Yeah.
And it just turns into a fucking sheet of ice. Yeah, that's why I love Eldora. You got to have sharp edges on your board, man, or your skis.
You really
You
do.
know,
You got to
you'll
be on
die.
your toes there, buddy.
You gotta-
3 years ago we had the best snowfall for years up in the mountains, and all the snow resorts are all anxious to get they're going to make a fortune. Yeah, the pandemic happened and it was closed, so they lost everything that year. Millions and millions, and a lot of these lodges are actually owned by Masonic people, so even they weren't allowed to go there. I used to go to Falls Creek and Mount Borbor, and we've got about 5 main, ski resorts up there, and
But yeah, you got to go out when the conditions aren't great.
yeah. But this year, it's just been people have been up there during winter.
But also,
and now you
it's
can
the
still go there
holidays.
now because it's still snowing up there,
Crowded.
which has never been before.
Everybody
in
wants to go
history.
snowboarding,
I'm going to make it
skiing.
my goal to get back on the fucking hill this year, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to shred so much, and I got to get back to it, bro.
Yes, it's fun.
It's
We're
the
gonna get
Good
back to
exercise. But man, what kind of sucks is that to me it kind of just the crowds of people up there fucking spoil it sometimes for me.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah.
They introduced the Epic Pass and the Icon Pass. So,
Eldora's on there now.
Eldora's on the Icon Pass.
Yeah.
One of them, and there's just so many people go up there. They don't know what the fuck, man. But they don't, it's just
Dude, you remember 15 years ago, nobody would go up there.
yeah. But they've changed the whole image of the place, and it was bought up by a fucking major corporation.
Yeah,
So,
fancied it up. And
Yeah, I
See,
can't
they tried-
all those different big mountains, bro, with the crowds. I can't really hang. I go to
Yeah.
the smallest, like Wolf Creek, Silverton,
uh-huh.
little mom and pop
Yeah.
places are where it's at. Once it gets corporate and there's a ton of crowds, it's like, I don't know, this ain't that fun, man.
No, it ain't.
See, it was,
man.
it was great here in
fun,
the
but
80s. In the
on one
80s,
hand,
it
I
was
enjoy
great.
it, but it's not what it used to be before it was taken over by the corporations.
Yeah, in the 80s, it was great here, but now I've heard it's all changed and lots of people there from overseas.
But nothing's as good as it used to be, right? So
Nah, everything
I
changed.
I
Nothing
bought
good
my season pass for Eldora, so I got to find a way to make it worth my while.
I
for the
cut
money
my
I spent on that season pass.
I cut my teeth at Copper Mountain, dude.
I've already run 6 days.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah,
How's
I
it?
paid $820 for the pass. So
Because you weren't really 820. Holy
Well, 820.
yeah, that's
wow!
what they charge for Eldora pass now. That's just Eldora.
That's crazy.
I didn't know it was that much, Harry.
Uh,
Yeah, that's a fair swag.
Yeah, we're living in the modern days, man. Shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Everything.
It'd be the same up here. It used to be cheap. It used to be affordable, but I've heard it's like 100 and something a day, just to ski.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It really is.
It's
prices.
like 200 a day here now, and I used
Yeah.
to clip tickets all the time. Hey, sir, are you done?
Actually, I have to look it up. I don't know what it is these. I haven't been up there for.
Yeah, a lot of resorts are charging $200 for a day pass, so $800 for a season pass isn't that bad.
So it'd be about 160 here. Yeah, they'd be doing the
So
same.
I've already
here.
gone 6 days, so if we divide that by 800, I've already almost got my $800 worth
Oh,
in
good.
6 days.
You weren't skiing last year, were you?
No, I hadn't ridden since I got kicked out in 2020.
You got kicked out of Eldora?
Well, because of the Black Plague hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys remember that? Remember that little thing we had called the Black Plague?
Yeah.
You know how germs can live so
Shut down
well in
everything?
ice? You know how germs
they
can
shut
live
down the
so
whole
well
world
in
in
the
2020?
freezing temperatures?
Have you guys forgotten already what happened in 2020?
Lots of germs up in the snow, apparently. All those microbes can survive freezing temperatures so well.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, but they do.
Apparently.
Apparently, they had to
Same at
close
the
it down.
ocean, At the ocean, we weren't allowed to go to the beach, but
When all that shit happened, man, I was like the only. I guess I was the only person that questioned it. I don't know. See,
Yeah, right.
I mean, in my neck of the woods where I live in the real world.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in the
Not
little
my
town I was
friend.
in, a lot of people weren't buying it, which I liked. I was able to actually have a conversation with some, who weren't buying the script.
Yeah, no,
And
but,
the amount of ambulances in a little town, 2 times a day at one stage. Old people were dropping like flies.
But now looking back 3 years later,
Yeah.
People be
What a
looking
trip.
frail, dude.
People forget easy though, that.
yeah, people have forgotten all about it mostly. But
Bible
they still-
times it was
still
70 years. 70 years a generation forgot, but nowadays it's like 6 months they forget.
really weird, man. And people don't even realize
We
what it
forget
did
real
to our
quick
whole
now.
world, and how
Short
we're living in
attention span.
how our whole reality is different because of it. To this day, it's changed our whole reality. That whole fucking fiasco. It put
Well,
us into a
God,
whole
get
different
it in,
paradigm.
man.
It put the world into a whole different fucking paradigm than it would have been without it. You know what I mean? But it's just the way the agenda was meant to play out. And
Well,
now
we got to see
it
who
set
was
us
the
up for the next step. like we were saying earlier, it set us up for what's coming next.
But Eric, at least we got to see the best of humanity come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, we did.
You know, we got to see who was.
Well, I'm so happy about, bro.
I saw a lot of horrible shit. I'll tell you that much.
We saw the worst and the best of
I
humanity.
saw a lot of bad shit.
Those who did not comply.
Guys, what you have to realize is that we got our freedom back, and that's.
I saw a lot of people that fucking went right along with everything they were told and made my life a living hell because I didn't want to go along with it.
But everything's all right, bro, because our freedom's back. We've got Elon is gonna.
Yeah, he's
Elon's
going to
gonna
save
it.
America, isn't he?
He's gonna run Twitter, guys, and he's gonna allow.
And now yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's all that's happening over
don't
there,
have to
isn't
worry
it?
about it anymore.
Yeah,
Elon rules the world.
Elon will take care of it.
And
I
and
know.
he's gonna
Thank
put a
God
neuron
Elon
chip-
come along. America would have been lost.
He's gonna make sure that all of us have a neuron chip in our skull.
So
And we'll be able to take little trips to Mars and back. Oh, yeah, that'll be
I
great.
heard this person
I was watching
say
a
the
video
other day-
today with Elon talking about putting, the Neuralink in everybody's skull. He's like, yeah, you just have to, they'll have to bore out a part of your skull, and then they'll have to carefully insert the thing and make sure the wires go into the brain. This is actually Elon Musk fucking talking.
Oh
They'll
yeah,
have to cut me head
It's
off
like,
before
wow.
they do that to
And
me.
then- yeah, and he's talking about how they're going to put Neuralinks in everybody's fucking skull.
and then they ask him, "Did you get one?" And he's like, "Well," he's like, "I may or may not have one."
You can't get one in with all your dreadlocks.
Like Dr. Phil, Oh, yes, everyone have the Jabberwocky, but my kids aren't having it.
So check this out. And I heard somebody say, do you know why Elon bought Twitter?
Why
'Cause
Elon bought Twitter?
Because
Why
now
get-
he has the data from all the people talking. He collects all that data to be plugged into the AI for the Neuralink.
For the Neuralink, yes. Yeah, the total
Yeah.
artificial intelligence. to
Hopefully, he'll
rule the
build a
world.
better artificial world than Zuckerberg with the metaverse. God, that
Fascinating
metaverse thing. Metaverse, look,
Interesting.
the most cheap ass show I've ever seen. How could that have ever taken off it? Well, it didn't, did it? The metaverse. Hi, Mark Zuckerberg, and
Yeah.
you can play my
Remember, like
stupid
a year ago, it was a big whoop.
animation body.
It was like such a big. Oh, it's going to be huge. But whatever
Oh
became of it,
yeah, they're making out it was going to be that.
I
revolutionary.
bought into it, man. I'm buying cryptocurrency.
Oh, crypto. Yeah, right.
I regret that shit.
The dead currency. I'm gonna buy some dead currency. Crypt.
Crypto.
It's crypto because it's cryptic where the money goes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mistake I made buying cryptocurrency. But we live and we
You
learn,
gotta
right?
try, eh?
Bro, think about it. All right, who
It's a
started
gamble, whatever you do these days.
Bitcoin?
Some Japanese dude, Satoshi.
Yeah, right. And he's the main Bitcoin shareholder,
I guess I'm not sure.
right?
I don't even know if he's still alive. Nobody knows.
That's a fucking story, man. That's a great story.
Yeah,
Like what? The
you're right. It
And
is.
then-
It's all a bunch of. It is a bitch of big fucking Ponzi scheme, no doubt about it.
But it's all about getting all the banks now.
But if you know when to buy it and sell it, you can make some fucking money. That's for sure.
But all the major banks have their own cryptocurrency now.
So I don't know.
No, they do.
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
It's going to be released. This is all beta testing ground.
Yeah.
All of the cryptocurrency is the thing in the future, man.
I don't know, but yeah.
It is. It
I
is.
got some. I got a little bit.
It's all
maybe
setting
one
up
day it'll be
for
worth
capital
something,
society.
but I'm not counting
They
on
don't
it.
want cash. They don't
I'm
want
not
cash.
saying
in.
Cryptocurrency
one
and
thing, but I don't see
I
how.
don't think it'll ever be worth anything. But if it is
Digital money, that's
if
the
I
go.
lose all my money on crypto, I don't give a shit. It's not going to be the end of my life.
How is crypto different than counterfeiting?
Yeah.
It's
I
a
don't
kind
know.
of it's funny, man.
I'd rather see the cash, you know.
Because certain people, a lot of people think it has value. That's it. Just like the dollar. What makes a dollar worth money? Because people have faith in it.
Yeah,
It's not backed by anything. The dollar is, there's no backing behind the dollar.
but what I'm saying is, if you're the Federal Reserve, wouldn't you get pissed off?
I think
about-
you're better off owning crypto than you are holding dollars.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd rather have gold.
Because you know what? You know what's a fact? Your dollars are constantly going down the toilet. If you own dollars, they're constantly losing value. That's a fact.
I'll tell you what, man. You can watch the economy.
You know why your dollars are constantly losing value? Because they keep printing more and more and more of them. They're printing the
You gotta-
dollar into oblivion.
You should see.
Why do you think?
Volkswagen.
Why do you think inflation is so fucking bad?
Yeah,
It's not
Oh, I
that
know.
things are worth more. It's just the dollar is worth less.
it's all about Agenda 2030, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
It's all building up
It's all
to.
about forcing us all into their fucking stacking packs, and nobody left out in the real world except for them.
Yeah. You
Well,
own-
they all said
No,
agenda. What was it? 21's coming, and it
Now
did.
it's
you know,
30. Yeah, they pushed it off 9 years.
Now it's agenda 30.
Anyways, yeah. But anyways, yeah. On that note, man, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up. Appreciate
Cool,
you guys.
guys.
hanging out.
Good
Nice to
talking to
see
you,
Aaron
Eric.
Thomas
And Eric,
in here. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
you all have a good day, and
Have a good
Yeah.
night.
God bless. Have a good Christmas. Yeah,
I'll try to be back next week on Christmas Eve.
cool.
We'll talk to you guys. Either way, we'll see you soon.
I'm not sure when my band's over. I've been banned for 2 weeks. A week ago, I think it was. Yeah.
Right on, guys. Have a great week. And we'll
Cheers,
see you next
there.
week.
Cheers, Eric. Yep.
Happy holidays, everyone.